Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Black Friday sales shows. James here, your host for another beautiful little stream. I say little, but let's be honest, it's gonna be a long one, isn't it? Uh, Changed up the shirt, the hat, kind of ran out of Jackery shirts to wear, till all that good stuff. But hey, we're in all black. We're good. We're good. Good morning, Justin. Welcome, and I believe Lois is actually with us this morning. We had some fun last night. If you guys were around for last night's show, we had Fernando with us. His beautiful cat shut the show off mid-show, which was funny. And then we had to restart, which isn't a big deal. It was actually quite comical for me. I definitely needed that laugh last night with the cat shutting the show down because it is definitely something I needed. Yeah, Lois, it was actually pretty good. I was enjoying that with the cat shutting it off. I really would love to see a picture of his cat because it's got me intrigued. Now, with that, guys, we bought a bunch of great deals for you today. And, of course, we got a new deal that's going to happen. That new deal today that is going to happen is if you guys buy the Jackery Explorer 1000 V2, there is a free gift of the 100 plus power station. Now, I'm pretty sure that it is probably limited to a certain amount of those free gifts, so you are going to want to be the first to get that. Second, we have the 1000 V2 and 200 watt solar panel for $699 today, which is another beautiful price point. Then we got the 2000 V2 for $791 if you guys use that discount code. On top of that, any purchases over $1,500, you guys can use that 5% code to get another 5% off a $1,500 purchase or more. It does exclude those 1000 V2s and the 2000 V2s, though, just so you guys know. Now, with it, guys, we have a bunch of cool products to show you guys, a bunch of great, amazing things. Now, you guys can probably see the Christmas tree. It's getting closer to that time. What happens if you have a snowstorm that takes your power out? The kids wake up with no Christmas lights. They can't unwrap the presents. Well, what do? Grab a Jackery power station. Power it. It's that simple. Like, you can plug in that Christmas tree and run it off, even the smallest station on here, to have a mornings with lights and unwrapping the presents. Maybe you just, need to make sure that you're backed up and you have the power in those times of needs. They're going to do that as well. It's really, really kind of cool. A bunch of amazing, amazing stations for you guys today. So, we're going to talk about little ones. We're going to talk about big ones. We're going to talk about solar panels. You guys probably see that big ominous solar panel sitting right over there. That one's actually really kind of cool too. That's a newer product as well. Now, with it, of course, we are going to talk about what comes in with pretty much most of these stations. Almost every station here is going to come with, of course, a beautiful little carrying bag or cables to charge them. Ranging from, let's say, it's kind of Velcro to the bag, a power cable like this. This is actually a nice 6-foot cable. It is, of course, the 3-prong grounded style, American style plug. This will actually allow you to charge one of these stations. You may get a solar panel cable like this if you actually get a solar panel kit. This is going to have, of course, the plug-in. It's also going to have the 8090 or 8020 plug and 7909 plug. It's also going to maybe possibly come with a USB-C adapter for said solar panels as well. On that, you guys may or possibly get a cigarette lighter adapter like this. Now, this is going to allow you to charge that station on a car. If you do not get this, they sell these separately as well. These are actually kind of cool. You do need to make sure that you have the 8020 or the 7909 because they are a single plug style device. If you need the adapter, now I'm going to kind of show you guys this. So they do have adapters out there. So if you guys need the adapter, I mean, let's be honest, you can adapt it, change it, swap it out. You're good to go. That's simple. So with that, guys, you have a bunch of different variants, of course, and products. Now, I just dropped my water on my candy, and it's going to be a long day already, I can see. Now, we're going to start this off with the 100 Plus Power Station. The 100 Plus Power Station is a very, very phenomenal power station that packs quite a punch. During any time of this show, though, if you guys have questions, just ask. We will gladly sidetrack the show to answer questions or show products that you guys are requesting. We have no problem doing that. We're here to show you guys those said products that you really want to see. So we are going by a scripted carousel. If that carousel goes sideways, it's because you guys asked for it. So with this, we have the 100 plus power station. Very, very small. Very, very cool. 2-pound package. 99 watt hours of power, 31,000 milliamps. Comes with its own cabling. Actually comes with a USB-C to USB-C cable. This cable is acceptable and does allow for 100 watts of pass-through power. Now with that, guys, you also have this very beautiful DC adapter for your solar panel. Now that solar panel is going to allow you to, of course, connect up your DC plug to a solar panel to charge this device off of that plug. Great little option. Now you guys can tell that I've been talking so much that my horse voice needs moisture because I don't want to be coughing all day for you guys. Now with 99 watt hours of power, you guys, you should be able to do a Nintendo Switch for about 4.5 hours off this through the USB-C port. Now the USB-C port on this is, of course, 100 watts pass-through. You have 2 of those USB-C ports on the front of this. Like it says, 100 watts in and out, acceptable and capable. On the side, you have a USB-A port that does 18 watts of capability for your other devices. Other devices, like an iPhone, a Samsung. Samsung, you're going to get about 5 charges. Your iPhone, about 4 or 6 charges. Samsungs have bigger batteries. Your tablet, you know, like 2.5 charges on a tablet with this, which is kind of cool. I've actually done Nintendo Switch portable monitor off of this for over 3.5 hours without a problem. I've used it to charge up my camera gears. I've used it to charge up this little controller, which is actually dead right now and needs charged. So you'll literally just take your USB-C cable, right? And we'll plug it into the front of this. On this, there's no plug. So instantly it's on there. It's actually charging and we're good to go. On the front of the device, it'll actually show you guys the 1 watt that it's taking to charge it. Yes, that's crazy. 1 watt to charge that little remote. That's simplified. Cool little piece. Now, because it is so small, TSA deemed it acceptable to go through a checkpoint, which means you guys can actually use this on an airplane. You guys can take it traveling with you. And now, if you're like me, I do not like to use public ports. I don't like to plug my phone into public ports. I don't like to plug in my laptops or tablets into public ports. I prefer taking a power bank or a station like this. This would do that for you. Sheila, good morning. How are you doing? So, being acceptable and being capable of plugging in something and charging it without having to worry about malware being put onto your system, that's another peace of mind from the Jackery Power Station. Now, you guys are noticing I have this little thing hanging here. I'm just going to let it charge as we talk. Oh, ruffle with the little ones. Yeah, no one. Don't you see the bags under my eyes? There's no sleep going on around here. Funny thing is, tomorrow's my actual anniversary. Guess where I'll be? So, kind of cool. Other ideas, camera gear, lighting gear, DSLR batteries can be charged off of this. You guys, anything that uses a USB-C or a USB-A port, you can actually do that with this. It can be done. You can plug it in. Bring her on. You know, I didn't think about that. Should I have Rachel help me with the show tomorrow? Could you imagine her as my model? Sitting there standing up, pointing at the stations and all of that other cool stuff. She wouldn't do it. She would not do it. I can tell you that now, Sheila. She would not join me for a show. I know my wife too much. $89 is the price tag to be for this today. Now, 40% off is the price. Now, what I can tell you is, if you guys want to get the 1000 V2 by itself today, this is the free gift that will come with that item. Limited to 50 pieces. Now, what I can tell you is, the other day when we did this, they were gone within an hour or so because, let's be honest, a free gift at such a low price, $399, that's a crazy price point, right? Very, very phenomenal price point for you with that being said. Now, I love the little power stations that could. I'm just beautiful, beautiful. But to be able to get a free gift with it, that's even better. So if you guys need, check it out. Have a try. You might enjoy it. The 100 plus power station. Beautiful, beautiful. 2 pounds. That's all it is. Now, I'm going to set that down for a second because we're going to talk about the next piece in the carousel. It is still the 100 plus power station that we were just showing you, but it's actually going to come with a mini 40 solar panel. Now, that package deal is actually going to be about $169. I know I got it back here somewhere. It's going to be this little solar panel. My voice is gone, guys. It's gone now. Mini 40 solar panel, IP68 rating. It is fully waterproof, water resistant for harsh and wet weather without a problem. The cool part is the way they've designed this product. Because it is foldable, it is very small, and it is very capable. They decided, let's make sure that you guys can take it pretty much anywhere. You guys could take it and carry it around like a notebook if you really wanted to. It is less than a ½ inch thick. Now, with that, it's about 10 inches long, 12 inches high, ½ inch thick. I mean, you be the judge of how thin that is. Now, with it, of course, on the back side, you're going to see this pops open. It has these little clips. These clips are meant to hold it shut so it doesn't pinch your hands or you don't have to worry about getting stuff stuck in there. On the back side, you have a magnetic clasp. This clasp is, of course, acceptable and able to open up for you. When you open up this clasp, you're going to be greeted with, of course, this beautiful monocrystalline solar cell. Now, the monocrystalline solar cell is going to actually do very well for you. One thing I've actually seen a few people do, and I thought about it myself, is if you only open up one side of this panel, like let's just do the 2 panel pieces, right? Just like this. Use these little eye ringlets with little clips and clip them to your backpack while you're hiking, and you can charge the 100 plus that way off of just 2 panels. Now, it's going to take longer to charge that way, but you would still be getting a charge while allowing this to get sun on it while you're hiking. Now, that's if the sun's to your back. Cool part is it's actually a lot bigger than just 2 panels. It is actually 4 panels long. Now, yes, I know that banner blocks out a little bit of it, but it's a really cool little piece. I mean, 4 panels long. This does really, really well. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of technology. Now, the water resistance, like I said, is IP68. IP68 is fully waterproof, water resistant. I can throw this in the lake, pull it back out, and still use it without a problem. I can dunk it in the bathtub if I really had to. That's fully waterproof. The better part is it can actually work in harsh weather. So if it is like hailing out, yeah, it might take a little bit of a beating from hail, but it should still be okay. If it's a dust storm, take a hose to it, wash it off, and you can actually do that. Yeah, you can leave it. Oh, yeah. This is fully waterproof, water resistant. You can leave this outside. It's not going to hurt the solar panel. That IP68 rating just rates it like the bigger ones. So I had some. Oh, yeah, no. So, yeah, you should have no problem with that. I wouldn't see an issue with leaving this outside. The IP68 rating that's what it's rated for. It's meant to be outside being used. So, your ratings are going to tell you. Now, yes, the materials. Now, I can kind of see what you're talking about, like the peeling. I really don't think that the material on the back of this is going to peel whatsoever. It's all pressed into the actual the fiber board or the cells of this, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. This one, yeah, I don't see no plastic film on this, so yeah, you shouldn't have that problem. I'm actually intrigued. No, because I mean, if all these solar panels are made with the same material, so like even the big ones is made the same way. So if you're allowed to leave those big ones out mounted permanently, you should be able to leave this out there too. This only weighs 2.5 pounds. That's how light this is. The full package with the cable, guys, is literally 5 pounds. This 5-pound package can be put in a backpack. Your kids probably carry more school books, or used to carry more school books in their backpack than this weighs. I know when I went to school, my backpacks weighed at least 20 pounds. So, 5-pound package, easily travelable, very well done, $169, 26% savings. I like it. I like it a lot. Really kind of cool. Yeah, I wouldn't see a problem with leaving this outside whatsoever. I mean, that's what it's for. I can tell you, though, if you look at this, I scratched it a little. And I can tell you how I scratched it. Did not try to do that last night either. So, any questions about the 100 Plus and the Mini 40 solar panel? This is a cool little panel. I actually like this. I like the magnetic part too, because to keep it shut with a magnet, not having to have to clip it or clasp it, I like that. Now on this back, we'll actually go a little more depth in this. So on this back is your controller. This controller has a rubber cork. If you're not using this or don't have the cable plugged in, put the rubber cork back on there to make sure it's fully watertight and waterproof. When you have it open, you're going to plug in your cabling, and that's where your cable is going to go for it. So, simplified piece. I mean, yeah, once you're open, guys, like I said, hang it from your backpack. If you're really tall, let the whole 4 panels hang. That's up to you. Hang it off your sliding, hang it outside your window. You have multiple options. It's light enough. You shouldn't have a problem with that. Oh, right on. Yeah, that's cool they took care of it. Really weird that it peeled. I wouldn't see it peeling. That's just one of the things it shouldn't peel. Yeah, I've never had any of those problems with Jackery, so I don't know what company you're using. All right, with that, guys, we're going to go into V2 version of 240. Like I always tell you guys, there's original version out there. We're going to kind of show you guys the table. You're going to notice the difference between the original versions and the newer versions. Original versions have handles that are permanently fixed to it. They're also shaped different. They also have a different lithium mixture. That's kind of how you guys can tell the difference. Today, though, we are talking about the new 240. This is called version 2. Now, version 2 is coming in at $179 today, which is a great price point. Let's make sure I grab the right station. This station weighs less than 8 pounds. In a package of less than 8 pounds, this is still very acceptable to be carried pretty much wherever you really needed to. With it is 256 watt-hours of power that can be fully charged with Charge Shield 2.0 in under 1 hour. If you don't use the Super Emergency Charge Shield 2.0, standard fast charging is under 2 hours, about a little over an hour and a half. Very acceptable for a device like this. Now, with it, though, you actually have 256 watt-hours of power. You're going to have one AC outlet. That one AC outlet is going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power connectability. It can actually peak at 600 for those of you that need a little extra power. On the side, you have a USB-C 100 watt port, a USB-C 15 watt port, and a USB-C 15 watt USB-A up there. They blocked me. What? No way. For what? Stop it, Sheila. Stop it. You gotta stop getting in trouble, Sheila. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. That's weird. I've never seen it happen. All right, back to this. 256 watt-hours of power does work with an app. The app can fully control this device. Pairing it up, you'll actually need to connect it into the app, which is simplified. Once you pair it in and you're connected, you guys can actually control all of these pieces. You can control the DC plug. This DC plug is a 12 volt 10 amp. You can turn on the USB ports, which is a DC side. If you don't want to do it by a thing, you just press the button and you can do it by the actual device. On the opposite side, the AC outlet, same thing. The flashlight can be controlled through the app. The flashlight does standard mode, brightness, which is low, SOS pattern. On this one is just dual style. On the side, you're going to be greeted with, of course, the 3-prong grounded wall plug adapter. That wall plug adapter is actually very nicely well done, and that's going to allow you to charge it in those quick charge rates. If you're wanting to use a solar panel to this, you're going to have to connect it up through the 100-watt port. So that's where it's going to accept only 100 watts of charging through that port, unfortunately. With this, though, on a full charge, you should be able to run multiple devices without a problem. From 12 cell phone charges to that flat screen TV for about 4 hours. Now, it is actually decently well done to actually run other items besides just those. Drone batteries, Bluetooth speakers, your laptops. Now, laptops are going to vary because laptops always vary in, of course, the size constraint of the battery on those. Now, if you're doing, let's say, an 80-watt laptop, about 2.5 hours. 4 hours on your 45-watt house fan. 20 hours on a 3-watt to 5-watt light bulb like the LED on the front here. For those of you that want to do, of course, your heating blankets, about 3.5 hours with a 55-watt heated blanket. Internet connections. Let's say, hey, the power's out, but our internet still works somehow. Sometimes the internet is actually underground, so you don't have to worry about a pole taking out the internet. Connect up your modem to your 240 and run it for 14 hours. That means you'll have connectability to connect up to your wireless devices and not have to use your own data plan, which is kind of cool. Now, yes, if you guys are using the Wi-Fi router for 14 hours, you might have a problem keeping your phone charged that long, so you may have to plug that in too on the front. Just remember though, if you are using multiple devices, it will take the runtime and cut those down. Now, 8-pound package is very acceptable in weight range. You can carry it, hang it, do whatever you want. You guys are noticing I'm staying away from the one finger today. It's a little swollen. Now, with it, you guys can carry it like I am, or carry it like a human, and I'm going to attempt to do this without the one finger, and carry it like a human. The cool part is it's got silicone pads down here. The silicone pads are going to allow you to carry it with ease and not worry about like blisters and other stuff. On the bottom, you actually have silicone pads as well. These silicone pads are going to allow you to set it on surfaces that you normally would not set a device like this on. Whether it be your glass table, glass coffee table, glass countertop, marble countertops, tile floors, the paint on your car. Now, I'm sure Sheila wouldn't care. She would just chuck it on the hood of her Jeep and not worry about it. People like me that are always detailing their cars and ceramic coating them are worried about our paint job. The silicone on the bottom means we don't have to worry about the plastic scratching our paint. The silicone will actually be a little bit safer. I knew you'd laugh at that one. I'm pretty, I can't say the word on here, but with my cars, I don't allow eating in them. I don't allow drinking in them. It's just one of them. It's my pet peeves. Irving, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Jackery Show. So 240 V2, guys, at a great price point, $179 by itself. It's a great deal, let alone. If you want to, though, again, you guys can pair it with, of course, that mini 40 solar panel and have 11-pound package. Now, that's what this package would be. This is going to be $249. You're going to have the mini 40 solar panel that's going to allow you to charge it in around 7 or so hours. Probably a little bit more than that, let's be honest. But it's going to do well. This will do very, very well. Oh, my. Um, my Lincoln, I don't care. The Lincoln I allow people to drive to eat in. Like my wife and them eat in the Lincoln. The Durango's hit or miss. Let's be honest. I mean, you can have drinks in it. My new car, not so much. Not gonna happen. Phil, what's up? Yeah, I'm back here, buddy. There is a new deal that you are probably wanting to grab. So we actually have the 1000 V2 today for $399, but it comes with the free 100 plus power station. That's actually a really good deal for you. I actually have to order new mats for my car. I need floor mats for my car before the snow starts. I had to order snow tires, and unfortunately, I'll be streaming most of the week, so I'm not going to be able to make it to my appointment to have them put on. Which is all good. It's all good. But yeah, this is kind of cool. It's definitely going to do very well for you guys. This has the products that you're going to need. The package deal, like I said, $249, solar panel, power station, 11 pounds or less. You can't go wrong. It's definitely still very portable and will do great for you. So, guys, any questions about the 100 plus or the 240s? You guys want to see the comparison of the old one? I think I got the old one sitting here. Hold on. So this is the difference between the two. So this is the original. This is the new one. Look at the difference. You got a handle. You got, of course, a handle over here that just folds up. But this is the difference. Fixed handle, different body shape, different lithium. Less plugs. This only has USB-A's. That has USB-C's. This doesn't have a flashlight. That has a flashlight. So there's your comparisons. Version 1, version 2. You know what? I want to ask. I never understood why they... Because carpet's cleanable? You can clean carpets. You know, if you take care of your car, you don't have to worry about the carpets getting ruined. Unfortunately, we live in the upper snowy areas, so mud and snow happens and our cars get salt in them. If I didn't have the salt from the snow, my cars would be clean all year round. I have no problem keeping my car clean. So what that 240 V2, guys, kind of cool. Carried around like a boombox. You use it like you want. This will do well for you guys. It'll do really, really well. I like that. Take a sip of water real quick. So we have a bet going on. How long until James's voice goes away? Who's going to win? It's so hot in this apartment. It's crazy. All right, 240 V2. That means we're done with that one. We're going to talk about the 300. Now, the 300 is actually an original power supply station. This station is actually beautifully well done. It still weighs less than 8 pounds. It's actually a really, really amazing little piece that if we pop over here, you can see it on the table. You can also see that nice holiday tablecloth my wife made me put up. With it, guys, less than 8 pounds. It's technically 7.1 pounds in this little package. It actually has the fixed handle like, of course, the original 240. Now, the difference between, like, let's say the 240 V2 and the 300, the original 300 does not accept or have app control. Not a big drawback with that. It's also a different chemical makeup of the lithium battery. Still, not a bad thing. Now, 7-pound package, of course, you guys can carry it around without a problem. And there I am, closing my finger. We're going to ignore that. You guys can carry it around like a package, no problem. I mean, you can use it as a weight dumbbell if you guys are weight training. I mean, just get your arms out there, start lifting, and doing it. It's a 7-pound dumbbell. Really. On the side, big old orange area, opened wide and beautifully well done. This has got air vents to allow air to go over the electronics and the battery to keep it cool while charging and running. On the bottom again, you have those nice silicone pads. They're just a little bit different with this one. The silicone pads, like I said, are made so you guys can set these on surfaces that you normally wouldn't set them on. Rather it be, the hood of Justin's Mercedes or the hood of Phil's Jeep or Sheila's Jeep. It's going to allow you to set that there and not scratch up the actual paint because it's got these silicone pads. Now, the silicone pads are really done well, and I like that they added these because some stations don't have them. Silicone pads are also going to be there so vibrations don't come in and out of the thing. Now, yes, these are all, of course, UL rated for shock resistance and drop protection. Now, let's see what side it is. This side. You guys see that little white mark at the bottom of the casing right there? That is from me dropping this approximately 9 feet off of a shelf. Now, yes, I have really tall ceilings. I have one shelf system that's actually pretty tall. I unfortunately left those up there for a while. I no longer set them there, but it fell. That white mark is the only damage that it did. So the UL protection and the resistance of this does do very well. Now, do I recommend you guys dropping them from that height? No. Most people are only going to drop them from a couple feet, so it is going to be perfectly well for that. With it, of course, you guys have 293 watt hours of power in this device. 293 watt hours of power in this. It's going to have two AC outlets that do 300 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 500 if you need a little extra. It has 2 USB-A ports and 1 USB-C port. The USB-C port on this is a 60 watt in and out capable port. You also have a 12 volt 10 amp DC plug that's hidden under a cork. They did move away from the corks on most of the systems now, so they just leave it open. You also have the DC plug on the side, which is an input port. That is where you're going to charge it off a wall plug. When charging said 300 item, it's going to take you about 3.5 hours to fully charge this device on the wall plug. If you want to bypass that 3.5 hour charge, use the wall plug and the USB-C port at 60 watts and have it charged in 2 hours. Now, 2 hours is more acceptable to have it up and running at a full charge, but guys, even 3.5 hours isn't too bad. If you're using, let's say, I know I got it here. I just had it out. All this Velcro sticking stuff. So you guys got the cigarette lighter, right? You'll plug that into, of course, the plug over here just like this. Now, this is an 80-20 plug, so it's not technically meant for this hole. You'll plug it in like this. You'll plug this into your car. A little over 3.5 hours, you're fully charged. You're good to go. You're up and running. If you have like a 100 watt solar panel, 4.5 hours. On a full charge, though, you guys should be able to get 6 to 7 drone batteries, 15 to 16 DSLR batteries at 8.4 watts. If you guys have a Sony ZV-E1 and you use this little 4.5 watt battery, double those charges to 30. All right, that's just all I'm going with. Now, even though these are 4.5 watt batteries, they're still, I think, 4,500 milliamp batteries, so they do have a good amount of power. Nintendo Switch, 40 hours of runtime, so you guys can keep them kids very, very happy playing their Switch without a problem, or keeping me busy from driving everybody crazy because I get bored quick. Video games stop that for me. 4.5 hours on a 60-inch flat screen TV. That's like a 60-watt TV, right? 4 to 5 laptop charges. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Not really going to happen depending on the wattage of that laptop. Maybe it's an 80-watt laptop. You're going to get, of course, a few charges. You're not going to always get the 4.5 that they rated. It really depends on your laptop and the electronic device you're running. The 45-watt mini cooler, 4.5 to 5 hours. The 60-watt mini cooler, 4.5 hours. Acceptable, very usable, very quite friendly. Now, still has, of course, that lithium-ion battery, but it's not a LiFePO4 cell. 500 watts peak AC output capacity of the input, guys, is going to be, of course, what you put into it. So 100 watt solar panel is acceptable on this. By itself, $169 is a great price point. It is a definitely very, very beautifully well done price point. You guys can get the 300 though with a 100 watt solar panel. Now, if I remember correctly from yesterday, they sold out of all of the original solar panels. Now, I do not know if that means for the kits as well. Lois, can you confirm that? Are the 300 kits still using the original 100 panel, or is it coming with the newer one? But either way about it, you guys can get it with a 100 watt solar panel. Your solar panel may or may not look like this one, or it may look a little different. If it looks like this one, then it is a bifacial solar panel. If it does not, it's not a bifacial. It's still going to do anywhere from 23% efficiency to 24% efficiency of converting light to power. This package is $299. At $299, you're getting a station and a solar panel. Either way about it, if it's this version or the other one, they're both very light and very carryable without a problem. 7 pounds, maybe 5 pounds, very easily well done. You're going to unfold these, you're going to plug it in, you're going to allow it to charge. With this, guys, you can have it up and charged in no time. And if I remember correctly, I think it's like 4.5 hours with that charge. So it's very kind of cool that you have these pieces. Now, the solar panels are always going to be IP68 rating. IP68 rating means fully waterproof, water resistant, can be left out in the sun and used at any time. These solar panels from Jackery are created to be used in even overcast and rainy days. Now, yes, an overcast and rainy day is going to mean that you might not get the charge that you were expecting, but it will still charge. Now, the only time I'm going to feel that you guys are probably not going to get a charge off of this, heavy snow or really, really, really black, dark clouds that's, like just super blacked out. That's probably going to be the only times you're not going to get a charge off of this. Other than that, you're going to get a charge. Depending on how the weather is, you might get a stronger charge, which is cool. I love this panel. So much so that I always just enjoyed showing you guys the 600 plus station because this was an exclusive panel. But kind of cool. I'm going to go a little bit into this. What does bifacial mean, guys? Bifacial is, of course, it's going to grab light from both sides. This panel has riveted on handles so you guys can carry it around. You don't need a carrying bag no more. If you guys want a carrying bag, of course, they are out there. You guys are going to unfold it. You're going to be greeted with the black side and, of course, the blue side. The blue side is what's going to face the ground. When you pop it open, you're going to have a crackly voice because it's probably blocking the AI mechanism. But you're going to have a very long panel that's going to actually, is probably longer than me, than I stand tall. Just saying. This is going to do very well for you guys. But the foldability and the capability of it being portable and carryable is kind of cool because some of the bigger panels, guys, are actually just that. They are big. JF, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So that might be an option when you get, of course, the 300 power station. Now, 300 power station can be used for more than just what we were talking about. I mean, yes, you guys can use it for like a Nintendo Switch. You can use it for DSLR batteries. You guys can use it for a CPAP machine for about 6 hours. You can even use it to run, let's say, a mini fridge, little cooking stoves. It's not going to do the big stoves or the bigger cooking stoves, but it can do some of those. Now, I've actually ran the 300 with, of course, what was it the other day? I got lost what I was using it on the other day, but I was actually using it for, I think it was my electric drill battery. Did learn a lesson with that one, though. The electric drill battery was a 21 volt battery. You do the math with that one, so you can just automatically, instantly, 21 volt battery, big battery. So it's just one of them things. But this will do well for, like, emergencies. It'll do good for outdoor outages, quick trips, camping, and all of those variants. It would be perfect for your flashlights. Let's say you're going camping. You want to make sure your flashlights last that week camping trip. Bring this power station, allow it to charge the flashlights throughout the week. Some flashlights will last that time, but other flashlights have a lot of power. Maybe it's your lanterns and stuff. It will actually take a charge, like your old lights. And of course, I have a few old lights thanks to my buddy Phil. And I actually charge them and use them. It's kind of cool. So, do you have an option of the station by itself or the option with the station and the solar panel? I'm going to always go with the solar panel option. You can't go wrong with having a solar panel. Let's see if I can set it back here without it falling. So, cool little pieces, guys, with that 300 beautiful power station. Really amazing power station for you. We are going to move into the 500 range. Now, I believe Lois was looking into the solar panel that comes with that kit for us. If not, guys, it's going to be a variant of a 100, so don't worry about it. They're both amazing solar panels. I have them both. It's just I put the other one up because they were sold out. Let's talk about the 500 power station. We're going to move back to the table. We're going to zoom on in over there, and we're going to actually try and get... Let's see. Why is my camera... Yeah, there it is. Come on. Camera's really slow today. You guys notice that? It's not wanting to move. There we go. This is the Jackery Explorer 500. Now, the Jackery Explorer 500, of course, is 518 watt-hours of power in a 13-pound package. You heard me correctly. 13-pound package. That's not heavy. Now, the 13-pound package is actually decently sized. It can actually be taken pretty much wherever you need to with it on hand. Now, on the front... okay, cool. So, I just found out that all of your stations, if it includes a 100-watt panel, will be the new bifacial solar panels. They have actually completely sold out of the originals. So you guys are it's all moving to bifacial. Thank you, Lois, for confirming that. I appreciate that information. So, will it jump a dead car battery? No. It will charge a dead battery. So you are not technically supposed to use these to jumpstart your cars, Jeremy. So you can actually use it to charge said battery. It will actually allow it to charge it, and you'll actually need the, there's a cable they have. It's not technically a jump starter, no. So unfortunately, it's not a jump starter. Jump starters put a more beating onto the system than allowing it to just charge by itself. They do have a cable kit for them, though, so I can actually have somebody try to get that. Hey, Phil, you still around, buddy? I don't know if Phil's around. I might be able to get it for you. Let's see. I don't know if I can or not. No, I can't. Why is it not? Let's see. Bear with me. I'm going to try and get you the link to the cable, though, because you can actually see the cabling over here. Oh. Hey, guess what? I can't comment on my own stream. That's even funnier. A streamer who can't comment on their own stream. Come on, Amazon. There you go. So that would be the cable that you would need to actually even charge the battery. That cable will allow you to, of course, charge it and all of that. Now, let's kind of go into that if you really want to. We can talk about it. It's a 16 gauge wire. It's going to work about 80 Celsius, 300 volts. It is made from silicone rubber, of course. It's a heavy duty, 100% copper wire. It is going to be compatible with, let's say, the 40 to 60 amp batteries for 30 to 40 minutes. It's going to give you about 60 to 100 amps of battery charge. So it should recharge them up to a rate that you should be able to jumpstart it. Now, is it meant for, like lithium batteries and stuff? No. It's technically meant for lead batteries. But it should give you enough of a charge in a quicker time that's going to allow you to do it. Jump starting it, I mean, I'm sure you probably could, but is it going to hurt the system? Possibly. So do be careful with that. Now back to the 500 that we were talking about. The Jackery Explorer 500 is 518 watt-hours of power in a 13-pound package. Does have the fixed handle. On the side, there's actually a flashlight. Now that flashlight, of course, if I turn it, you guys can see it come on. We can hold it down, go into SOS pattern if we want to, or we can shut it back off just by a press of a button. Now with it, you have 3 USB-A ports on the front, which of course the tablecloth just got a little wonky, but we're going to fix that. Those 3 USB-A ports are 5 volt 2.4 amps of power of connectability. Beside that, you're going to have 3 DC ports as well. Those 3 DC ports, you're going to have the standard 12 volt 10 amp plugs or voltage through them. One is going to be a cigarette lighter style device. Above that, you're going to have a DC input port, and that's going to be a 7909 plug port. So you do have to make sure it's a 7909 adapter port that, of course, accepts that range of power. It's not going to be your 8020 plug, all right? 7909. With this, it will take about 5.5 hours to charge this device on a wall plug. 5.5 hours is actually not bad. It will do well for you guys. It will actually do what you need in a timely manner. The same amount of time that it takes to charge it on a wall plug is going to be the same it will take to charge inside your car on a car cigarette lighter plug. Now, when it's fully charged, you guys can run multiple items for a longer period of times. They say you could run an 80 watt laptop up to about 30 hours or so, depending on the laptop. 7 hours on a 60 watt flat screen TV. Now, that mathing is not mathing, correct? Your laptop is going to probably not always need that charge, so it's going to stay charged and then it'll take the run, vice versa. So that's why it's going with that one. Mini coolers. Again, mini coolers are going to be about 45 watts, depending on the mini cooler. 9 hours of runtime, not bad. Class 9 drop protection with this one, so still very reliable. Has, of course, that shockproof and fire-resistant shelling. Backyard barbecues, you guys can do blenders 50 or so minutes. For the campers that like to go rafting or like to inflate their air mattresses, the air pump could be ran about 8 hours of air runtime. Your electric blanket. Now, I'm going here. If your 50 watt electric blanket can run approximately 4 hours on a 240, then I'm going to say your electric blanket on this one can run even longer. You're doing 50 watts of a usage off of every hour, right? So you're going to have probably 6 hours of runtime with an electric blanket. It's going to vary, though, from device to device and how much you use said item. With this, of course, it's going to do well. It's about 12 inches long by 7 inches wide by 9 inches tall, which is decent size. It's not super large. Of course, 1,000 watts of range. You have the 500 watts of pure sine wave power through the AC outlet. Does peak at 1,000. Now, at 1,000 watts, it's definitely well done. Your wattage, though, is 518 watt hours of power. Your peak wattage is 1,000 watts. Now, this, of course, is a no fumes, low maintenance style device. That means you can use it inside your house without an issue. And I've used them all the time in here. In fact, I forgot to turn the light on in the middle of the table that's usually running off the 3,000. With the price point, normally it's about $500. It's $284 today, which is a great price point for this item. But if you really want to, get it with the 100 watt bifacial solar panel for $479. Now, that solar panel alone is a $209 price today. So you're getting this station and that solar panel for $479. That's a 40% savings, which does very, very well. With that 100 watt panel, 7.5 hours is all it's going to take to charge this device. It's a good charge time, great charge time, and a very beautiful little power station. One sec. My voice is toasty and I don't want... Trying to find small chunks of candies is hard. Somebody should really break my candy up better next time. Alright, let's go into the deal of the day. And I'm saying it as that. This is the Black Friday deal of the day from Jackery. With that being said, we're talking about the 1000 V2. Now the 1000 V2 is right next to the 500. It is kind of blocked. So we'll move this over. We'll set this down. That's the 1000 V2. The 1000 V2 is coming in at $399 today. That's a 50% savings right there off the top. If you buy the 1000 V2 today, there are 50 pieces of the 100 plus for the first 50 buyers. If you're one of the lucky 50 buyers, you guys are going to get the 100 plus power station. This is a $89 package today. 99 watt hours of power, 31,000 milliamps in this little piece. This is the free gift. Now, the 1000 V2 is, of course, a 24-pound package. That's actually very light for a LiFePO 4-cell system. You're going to have 1,070 watt hours of power built into the system. That's going to allow you to run your computers, your TVs, your CPAP machines. It's going to allow you to run your lighting gear. Pretty much whatever you can think, it'll allow it. You have a flashlight that does do triple modes. Low light, high light, SOS pattern. Below that flashlight, you're going to be greeted with, of course, 3 AC outlets. Now, the American AC outlet, 3-prong style, is going to allow you to run at 1,500 watts of power, but will peak at 3,000. Now, 1,500 watts of power is gonna, be like less than an hour runtime if you're pushing that full 1,500. Beside that, you're gonna have a USB-C 30-watt port. Below that 30-watt port, you're gonna have a USB-C 100-watt port. Beside that, or below it, is going to be an 18-watt USB-A port, and above it is a 12-volt 10-amp plug. Oh, so guys, to get the actual 100 plus, you do have to add it to your cart, and it will actually be deducted at the end of the checkout. So make sure that you have that. Now, remember though, that's the way you got to get it to get the free one. So I forgot that. Now with this device, it is built with, of course, that new Charge Shield 2.0 charging technology. You're going to have multiple ways of charging it. First is standard fast charging. The standard fast charging is going to allow you to charge it in what's called 2 hours or less. Right? Still very, very quick and fast charging capability. If you want to use what's called emergency supercharge mode, that is activated inside the app, it is going to allow you to actually charge it in 1 hour charge time, which is amazingly fast. If you have 2 of the 200 watt bifacial solar panels, 2.5 hours is where it's going to be at. Now, when you're fully charged with, of course, all of this technology and power, your 1,070 watt hours of power, you guys could run, let's say, 1,150 watt window AC for about an hour or less. You guys can run your 520 watt double door refrigerator for 2 hours without a problem. Your flat screen TVs, your drones, your space heaters, your Bluetooth speakers, all will be varied and can be ran off of this without an issue. Now, they are built to last, of course, with that UL drop test. That's a UL 2743 code. You also have the UL 94V-0 rated flame retardant material shell. Not fireproof, flame retardant. And, of course, 0 emissions with this. This device technically can run a Starlink for anywhere from 10 to 29 hours as well. Approximately 60 to 70 cell phone charges. If you want to, though, guys, you can even run, let's say, a mini fridge for 14 hours. Your Wi-Fi router for an hour. You guys can run a coffee maker for about an hour. Your 45-watt house fan for about 23 hours. It has the power that you could want at a very beautiful price of $399. $399 for 1000 V2 is beautifully well done. To actually connect up said wall plug or solar panels, you're going to need to change it and flip it to its side. On the side, you're going to be greeted with, of course, 2 80 80-20 plugs. The 80-20 plugs are right there for you. You also have your wall plug right there as well. That's your 3-prong plug. On the side, your cooling air vents. Now, it does have fans inside here for you. The fan, of course, is only going to come on when it gets needs or seems fit that it needs it. If we want to, we can actually turn the power on, and we can hit the flashlight right here for you. There's standard light mode. There's, of course, high brightness. There is SOS pattern, just like that. Has a nice large screen that's going to show you guys that I only have 21% battery left, which is all fine. It just needs charged again. And then when you're done with it, just turn it off and you're good to go. That's all there is to this. So like I said, by itself, guys, it's $399. You do have the chance to get that free gift for, the 100 plus. To get the free gift, you do have to put it in your cart, of course, and at the end of the purchase, it should actually equal out and free up the money that it would normally cost to set the product. If you want, though, you guys can get the 1000 V2 and the 200 watt solar panel. Now, that is going to be a single solar panel. It is actually 46% off today. It is $699. That 200 watt panel is a very large and beautiful panel that we'll actually show you guys a video to. Well, if I can grab a video. So this would be said 200 watt panel that you're going to get in this kit. This is a nice large panel that's going to take you about 30 seconds to, of course, set up and run. It does have a beautiful ETFE laminated case and handle. Inside the case, you do have a zipped up pocket that actually has, of course, the 9.5 foot cable. When you're pulled out, you guys have noticed this large solar panel. Now, this solar panel does have 3 kickstands. The 3 kickstands are going to allow you to, of course, set it up and have it set in your yard in under 30 seconds, and it's going to allow you to tip it and angle it. On the front of the solar panel is an actual adjuster for sensing the sun. That adjuster will allow you to target the sun in the most optimal place of positioning. You'll literally just grab the cable out of the bag and then, of course, connect it up to the solar panel and then connect it up to the station to the side connectors. That's it. This actual solar panel is normally a $700, about $699 price tag. You're literally paying $699 for the solar panel and the station. That station is normally a $1,300 price tag, which is actually very, very decently knocked off for you guys today. So if you need the 1000 V2 or the 1000 V2 with solar panel, there is your options. Now that 1000 V2 can definitely run more items than what we were just talking about. Like, you guys can run a space heater off of it if you want to. You can run your fish tanks. You guys can run your lizard heating pads. You can even run, of course, your child's quiet room, and I'm going to talk about that. Like, you guys can power up and run any device that they need in that room, which is cool because it is very silent and it's definitely safe enough to leave in your home. So really cool options with the 1000 V2s. Any questions at all, everybody? Let's zoom out. Let's move back. Let's kind of show you guys the one next to it. Now, we're going to be moving in over to the one next to it, but let's show you guys what kind of the app can do. The app, of course, if the said item was turned on, it would be connected to the app, but I didn't turn it on. It's powered up. Alright, it's going to take about a second or two to allow it to power up and connect up to the Bluetooth with the 2000 V2. Once it's connected up to the Bluetooth, we can actually start activating and turning on, let's say, like the flashlight. So there we go. Flashlight is now on, and of course it is off. If I hit it again, it's back on. If I hit highlight brightness, it's going to go to the brightness of this. Now, if we want to, we can also go SOS pattern to warn people that we are lost. Are you lost? I'm lost. On the app, we can turn off the screen if we want to, or turn on the screen inside the app. The app is also going to allow us to see the percentage of the battery that is actually charged. It's also going to allow us to see the temperature. Now, The 2000 V2 is actually $791 today if you use the discount code. Now that discount code, of course, is Black Friday or BFE 2000 V2, but you guys can get it in chat if you guys don't see it on the screen. Now, 2024 hours or 2024 watt hours of power. I was going to say 2024 hours of day left in my head. One sec, everybody. Ow. I've been in this chair quite a while. Let's go into the power station. 2024 watt hours of power. Just like the 1000 V2, it's got, of course, that Charge Shield 2.0. Charge Shield 2.0 is going to give you guys the different charging ranges. Rather it be 1 hour super quick emergency charge mode or under 2 hours in standard fast charging mode. You have both acceptable ways of doing that. The cool part about this station is it will allow you to fast charge with, of course, the AC outlet and a solar panel at the same time. When doing that, you're going to get about 50 minutes to fully charge this device. Now you get 3 AC outlets on the front. Those AC outlets are going to do 2200 watts of pure sine wave power. Now pure sine wave power, of course, is no spikes or peaks. It's a straight line of power. It can peak over that to 4400 if you really need to pull the power out of it. But then, of course, it's going to start getting a little bit peaky, but not too bad. Now, you're also going to get 2 USB-C ports. One's a 30-watt port, one's a 100-watt port. You're also going to get the 18-watt USB-A port and a 12-volt 10-amp plug above that. When it is fully charged, you should be able to run a laptop approximately 12 hours. You guys can run a coffee maker anywhere from 2.5 hours, depending on the coffee maker. Crock pot, about an hour and a half to 2 hours. It is a 40-pound package, though. 40 pounds, 13 inches wide by 10 inches deep by 11 inches high. It is, of course, 2 kilowatts of hour power, so you guys can charge about 280 GoPro cameras. You guys can do about 20 drone batteries. What else you guys can do? About 80 phones, 24 laptops, your fridge, your double door 520 watt fridge, approximately 4 hours. Your little mini fridge, sky's the limit because you have a lot of power on this one. Now, I actually used this and the other one that we showed you guys a few minutes ago for a few different things. Now, we've actually used them to do decorations. We're going to show you guys these videos right here. Station that you didn't know you needed until the Christmas decorations come out. Now, guys, this is actually 2042 watt hours of power. You turn that AC outlet on, and you're going to start seeing that power and wattage actually start coming out of there. 109 watts of usage right now, which is going to give us about 13 hours of runtime for all of these inflatable Christmas decorations and, of course, all of the lighting that you are seeing here. Now, there are also 5 more inflatable decorations outside the fence that you're not seeing in this video. Now, it is, of course, running all of the Christmas lights as well on top of that, but you might not realize how much it can do until you see it can do it. And, of course, the 2000 V2 is puppy approved. So that is kind of what I used the 2000 V2 for the other day, which is actually a great idea. It is definitely that time of year. Everybody is decorating for either, we just finished Halloween. We're starting to do Thanksgiving. We're now going in decorated for Christmas. You could run these decorations off of these systems. The cool part is, if you have solar panels, you don't have to use your actual electric company to charge the product during the day. Use your solar panels, let that charge that system, and at the end of the night, allow it to run the actual items, which is cool. You guys can be in the holiday spirit while saving yourself a little bit of money. Now, just like I was showing you guys with this, though, the actual 2000 V2 is a really, really amazing little product and a nice sized package. The 1000 V2 is just a little bit smaller. The 2000 V2 packs quite more and a little bit bigger of a package. By itself, it's $791 if you guys use the code that we have for you today. If you want to, though, guys, we can run other items off of this. Hand drills, water pumps. You guys could do like your shop vac for like 2.5 hours. Tree trimmer for 2.5 hours. your coffee makers, portable fridges, heated blankets, portable oven. Now, portable oven's a little risky one. Those take a little bit of power. Could be done though. Like I said though, for this product, $7.91 if you use the code. But if you want to, you guys, you can get it with, of course, the two 200-watt solar panels. Those two 200-watt solar panels, of course, are $699 by themselves. Today, with the full kit, it is going to be $1,500 total. You're going to get the product, the 2000 V2, and two of those very large solar panels. With those two panels, you should be able to have this fully charged in approximately 2.5 to 5 hours, depending on the solar panel you're using. 6 of these panels, of course, guys, can be plugged into this if you really need to. Don't have to. It does accept up to about 800 watts of charge rate with said item. And that's where it's going to stand out. So if you guys need right there, beautiful, beautiful power station that packs quite a punch. Any questions about the 2000 V2 or the 1000 V2, please definitely ask. We're here to answer. Now, we've hit the 1 hour mark, so I'm going to talk about the banners again. We're going to mention, well, we're going to move camera views first. We're going to talk about the banner right up there. That banner says best price guaranteed. That best price guaranteed banner is for a reason. If you buy, let's say, the 2000 V2 today, and you find out that maybe next Tuesday it's cheaper and on sale, reach out to customer service. They'll refund you the difference. That is going to be on most items. The banner below it is a 5% off code if you guys purchase anything over $1,500. Unfortunately, that banner does exclude the 1000 V2, the 1000 V2 and solar panel, the 2000 V2 and 2000 V2 and solar panel. It excludes it because those are on such a crazy markdown price that they're excluding it for this purpose. Now, the 1000 V2 by itself is $399 today, but you guys can also get the option of the free gift, and that is going to be the 100 plus power station. Now, I am still charging my remote, and it looks like it's fully charged, so we don't need to charge that no more. Let's turn that remote off. So that is your free gift with, of course, the 1000 V2. You then can get the 1000 V2 and 200-watt solar panel for $699, which is a crazy, crazy deal. Or you guys can get, of course, the 2000 V2 for $791 with, of course, that code. If you guys need those codes at any time, just ask and we'll definitely share them with you. You guys want a glimpse of something? Check this out. Look at that. That is the 5000 power station, guys. That power station is their newest and largest power station they offer. That thing is 5,040 watt hours of power, and it does have 240 volt NEMA plugs. That little station can be fully charged in under 2 hours with a 4,000 watt solar array, or approximately 5 hours with a 1200 watt solar array. If you want to, though, guys, plug it into your AC outlet in your wall and have it charged in about 3.5 hours. 1 second. Sorry, I muted my camera and my mic because I had to sneeze, and I did not want you guys to see the sneeze. Now, with it, of course, that 5000 is an amazing little power station that packs quite a punch. By itself, it is like $3,099. I know there is a $500 clippable coupon, which brings it down. Let me make sure I don't want to misspeak about the prices today. So I'm going to actually pull it up. Let's grab it, and let's give you guys the right price. So $3,499 for the station by itself. There is a $500 clippable coupon. So that $500 clippable coupon is going to do very well for you guys if you need to actually have this said system. This system does qualify, of course, for that 5% discount. So you guys can use that, the discount that we actually offer for you guys with that. 5,000 watt hours of power, guys, is an amazing amount of power. It qualifies for the clean energy tax credit from the federal government. So you'll have to actually reach out to your utility company and do all that. When purchasing the 5,000 system, any system of the 5,000, you are optional protective cover is of course a free gift when purchasing this. Now there are limited to 50 pieces. Now I'm going to be honest with you. I am shocked that those 50 pieces are still there because this system is so massive and beautifully well done. I figured it'd be flying really quick, especially with the free gift. Now, multiple input methods, multiple output methods, up to 60 kilowatts of power between two systems. The system by itself can be powered, of course, and have 5 extra batteries. With it, though, you have 2 USB-C ports on the front, 2 USB-A ports, and, of course, 4 AC outlets on the front. Now, those 4 AC outlets are going to do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave power for you guys. The one downside to the system, it does weigh 132 pounds. Now, with it being 132 pounds, you're probably thinking, well, that's going to be very, very hard. Very hard to move around. Well, it's not actually that hard to move around whatsoever. You guys can actually tip it and move it around without a problem. I'm going to get up and kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. You have a handle back here. This handle can actually fold up and be put away. Now, for some reason, bear with me, everybody. It looks like my camera froze. So let me refresh it. There we go. Refresh my camera so you guys can see it. So, back to what I was saying. There's a handle on the back that can fold up and be put away. With that handle, it is perfectly set to leverage the weight without an issue. You can roll the 132 pounds without a problem. Now, I have no issues with doing this with even a broken finger, so you guys should be able to do it without a problem as well. On the side, that is going to be the side that's going to have your AC expansion port. Now, this AC expansion port is going to allow you to connect up the manual transfer switch. That's going to be like your manual or your smart transfer switch. Below that is a 14-30, that's right, 14-30 NEMA plug. That NEMA plug, of course, is going to allow you to do 120 volts or 240 volt plug style. Below that is a 14-50 for your bigger NEMA plugs, like your washers and dryers or your EV cars. Yes, you guys can plug an EV car into this and actually run that. Now, of course, if we come closer and move closer, you guys are going to notice that there's a large vented area over here and a big handle. This handle is for, of course, deadlifting it. On the bottom, you're going to see 2 large 3-inch wheels with orange on it, one on each side. You're going to see a caster in the front. Those casters do and will be able to lock into place, so you guys don't have to worry about it rolling around. Now, you guys are noticing that I am rolling it around without an issue. On the opposite side, you're going to have, of course, another air vent and, of course, this panel. This panel does lift up. When you lift that panel up, you're going to be greeted with a green and red switch. It is red because it is, of course, a high power switch. When you switch this over, you're going to be able and can activate the 4,000 watt high power voltage solar array plugs. If you leave it in the switch area that it's in, you'll use the DC plugs, the 80/20 plugs on the side to connect up to 1,200 watts of solar panel. That, of course, is your option of all the plugs and capability. On the bottom, there is actually another large handle to help you guys move it around if you need be. Does work with an app, so you guys can connect this up to the smart app, and of course, you guys can get that app on the Jackery on Google Play Store or Android. Google Play Store or Apple Play Store. That's the words I was looking for. Now, with, of course, this, you guys have a quick charge time. Like I said, 5 hours with the low power voltage solar array, high power voltage solar array, a little over an hour and a half, not even 2 hours. On the wall plug, 3.5 hours is where you're going to be at. Usability should be able to run by itself a flat screen TV for over 2 days. Your house dryer, about 3 hours. Your 1150 watt window AC, 4.5 hours. Your 2 hours on a central AC. You have the variety of things that you can plug into it, rather it be Christmas lights, Christmas decorations. Set it up in the garage. Use it as a 0 milliseconds UPS. Does take, of course, that smart transfer switch connection. It will have to be connected up through the smart app, and of course, when it's switched on, you will have the 0 milliseconds of switchover. If you want to, you can leave it in standard 20 milliseconds of switchover. Not perfect for computers, but still very acceptable. Smart app controls going to allow you to see you guys real-time generating performance, optimizing energy schedules, and track your solar input and synchronize substitutable solar charging modes. The smart energy solutions will also keep track of, like I said, when the most amount of energy is being used in your home or the most amount of energy is being charged in said device. The design with the wheels is going to make it effortlessly to transport it without a problem, whether it be pulling or, of course, pushing like I do. You have no issues. Does weigh 132 pounds is the only issue I have with this item. Now, like I said, by itself, $3,499, $500 clippable coupon brings it down to $2,999. With that also being said, guys, use a 5% code and save yourself some money. If you want it with, of course, a single solar panel, that's going to come at $4,299. Now, that single solar panel is going to be that big old solar panel sitting right above it. That is the 500X solar panel. The 500X solar panel is made from 6 85-watt panels and conjoined together. It is a big, large solar panel that's going to do very, very well. $4,300 is the normal price. $600 clippable coupon is what you're going to take off of it. And then, of course, another 5% that we have in that code. Perfectly well set. If you want to, though, guys, you can get the full kit. Now, the full kit's going to be that solar panel that we just showed you. That power station right there. And, of course, another solar panel and the smart transfer switch. $6,000 price tag. You're going to get a $1,000 clippable coupon on Amazon. And, of course, another 5% discount code that we have for you. That whole package is going to be this package right here. The solar panels, the station, and of course that beautiful transfer switch. The transfer switch will allow for up to 14,400 watts of sine wave or connectability through this device. It's also going to allow you to, of course, connect up 2 of these power stations together. You will need to have it professionally installed into a house if you guys are looking for something like that. Now, if you have any questions about the 5,000 plus system, definitely ask. We're here to answer all of those questions for you. Now, you could do a lot more with this system because, yes, it could charge an EV car. It can run a dryer. It can run your stoves. It can run your kitchen fridges. It can do everything in the house with that being said. Now, I'm going to play you guys the video that Jackery has for the 5,000 plus. This video is very, very informative and will give you guys kind of the rundown I just gave you, but with more high tech, usage and design. Let's grab this video.
The batteries are powered by industry-leading LFP cells, arranged in a CTB honeycomb structure. Of course, with no compromise in voltage. It outputs at both 120 and 240 volts to support 99% of household applications. A single unit outputs 7,400 watts. So even your big, power-hungry appliances keep going and going. Not to mention full support for EV charging hubs. Connect up to 10 extra battery packs for a whopping 60 kilowatt hours of storage and a 14,000 watt output. Everything's made possible by the smart transfer switch, where you effortlessly connect Jackery 5000 Plus to your home's electrical system. This gives you intelligent control over power from the grid. Recharge the batteries with most third-party photovoltaic systems or Jackery Solar Saga 500X portable solar panels. So, if there's a blackout, your entire home automatically reverts to battery power. with no need for a noisy, smelly backup generator.
So like I said, that video gives you a little more information with, of course, a little bit higher clarity, but pretty much the same information I gave you. It is a really, really beautiful system that's going to do amazing, beautifully well technology. I mean, I love the technology in it. The app access does work with the system by itself. Now, the app access also works with, of course, the smart panel. The smart panel, the smart transfer switch panel, does have accessory connections like your electrical circuit connections. It's going to allow for 12 circuit breakers to be installed. Those 12 circuit breakers can be linked up to your already circuit board or your guys' electric box in your house to run. Let's say you want to have your bedroom powered. You also want to have the house fridge powered. You will connect it up through that way through said electrician. When you have it manually connected up to either one or two of these systems, it is then going to allow you, if you guys lose house power, to automatically start drawing the power off of the 5000. Now, with that also being said, you can actually add batteries to the system. By itself, it is over 5 kilowatts of hour power. That alone allows you to reach out to your utility company to ask about the Clean Energy Green Program, which is a tax credit, and then you can fill out for that said tax credit through the federal government to get you guys like a 30% tax credit. Here's where it's cool though. It doesn't just stay at 5,000 kilowatts of power. You can add 5 batteries, and now there are separate batteries out there. I believe they're sold out on Amazon right now, but they are out there. You can get 5 batteries to have 30 kilowatts of hour power. With just 5 kilowatts of hour power, you should be able to run your house for about a day with most of your items. Most of those items do not run 24 hours a day. With 5 batteries, you should be able to run your house for about 3 to 4 days without a problem. If you have a second 5,000 plus system and 10 batteries total, you're going to get a week's runtime without an issue. And that's actually really, really nicely well done. Now, to have a station, though, that also allows you to charge an EV car, because everybody is moving to electric cars, which is, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a fan of the electric cars. I am definitely the old school style, but that's just me. Of course, I also said that about power stations at one point. Before I started doing power stations, guys, I never thought I needed them, never wanted them. I got to test a couple other brands before, and I was like, whatever. I got the option to test a Jackery power station, and it boggled my mind at how well it worked. And I'm still like, at that point, I was still up in the air. Then I started realizing I was using that power station so much more than my standard wall plugs to run like my camera gear, my lighting gear, that it actually changed my whole look on power stations. L, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. So it would do that to you too if you guys actually have never used one. Get yourself a smaller one or get yourself a bigger one. Try it out. You're going to be surprised at how much you'll actually start using it that you never realized you would use something like that. Now, yes, I have pretty much every station they make. I think the only station I don't have was, I think they made a 290 at one point, and they made the 100 plus dune variation. Now, I have the 100 plus, but they have a dune variation that's like a sand colored. I don't have that one. Not a big deal, though. Having them and messing around with them, you start realizing how much stuff you can actually use. Now, we've actually had power outages, and they've come in handy. I've plugged my fridge in. I've used my computers. I've ran my modem off of it. During a power outage, to have me being able to play video games, and that is actually a peace of mind to my wife, because when I get bored, she gets annoyed. So 5,000 plus, guys, if you want to purchase this 5,000 plus, just know there is an optional free protective bag when buying it. It is limited to 50 pieces. I do believe that it will probably go pretty quick with those 50 pieces. if you guys are truly looking for a power station that you want to run your whole house with. And I'm gonna tell you, that's gonna run your whole house. Now, another idea, I kind of throw this one out a lot because a lot of people like to take out their toys, like your side by sides, your cars to the racetrack and stuff. Having this set up in your toy hauler or your race hauler would be great to running all of your tools so you guys can repair those devices if they break down at the track or at the sand park or wherever you're out riding. So that'd be a cool option. And I mean, it is definitely portable. It's acceptable. You guys can take it pretty much wherever you really want. It is definitely in the placement that can be moved and set around. So that's actually a good idea. Another good idea would be like if you guys have a cabin that you guys go to for like vacations and stuff. Having something like this to run your cabin would be actually kind of cool. Now, to have it to run a cabin means you guys are living off the grid and you don't have to worry about your power. This would do well with that. Now, we're going to get into something about what I was talking about, the 5000. The what's called high power solar array or high power voltage array. That is going to be like your 4,000 watt to 5 kilowatt solar arrays that you put on the roof of your house, or maybe you guys have on a big pole out back. That's a big array of panels. This station actually accepts those plugs and connections. So it does allow for a 4,000 watt array to be connected up to this. A lot of the other stations I've messed with on here that do not do that. And that's actually cool that Jackery said, hey, let's make it so they can use the big array to charge all of these. It will vary from your charge time depending on how many batteries you have though. So just remember that. It will determine that. 7,200 watts of output power through the 4 AC outlets means, guys, you can run a TIG or MIG welder off of this without an issue. Those TIG and MIG welders are like 5,800 watts. You guys run a chop saw, table saws. You guys could do wood planers, grinders, lawnmowers, leaf blowers. You guys could even do your electric wood chippers. You could even do the electric, it's like a electric hydraulic wood splitter with these because it will do the power with that. Now, I haven't personally tested an electric car, but I do know they claim that it can actually charge part of an EV car. So you have that option as well, which is kind of cool with the NEMA plugs. So 5,000 system, guys, is a really, really cool little piece. Now, we're going to backtrack a little. We're going to go back to, I think it was the 3000 Pro system is where we were heading. So we're going to go back to the 3000 Pro once I can find it in the carousel, and we're going to talk about this kit. Now, the 3000 Pro is another nice large system that is going to be on the other camera. And if we guys can go to the table, you're going to see it in the background there. Now, you're going to notice two of those large systems on the table that look identical. Now, the 2000 Plus and the 3000 Pro is an identical housing system. We're talking about the 3000 Plus, though. The 3000 Plus is 3000 and don't want to misspeak on that. I do want to say the correct wattage for some reason. It's 3,024 watt hours of power in this package. Now, it does weigh 64 pounds. Now, this is a full package kit that you're getting with the 3000 Plus system. So the 3000 Plus, or 3000 Pro, I keep saying Plus, it's Pro. The 3000 Pro system comes with two 200 watt solar panels. Now, we're going to zoom in, of course, onto the side one because we're talking about the 3000 Pro. The 3000 Pro is 3,024 watt hours of power that can be fully charged in 2.5 hours on a wall plug. If you have 6 of the 200 watt Solar Saga solar panels, this comes with 2 of them, but if you have 6 of them, 3.5 hours of charge rate. This package is normally a $4,000 price point. It's 50% off. Now, no, that's not where we're leaving it because on top of that, you guys can use that 5% extra code to get 50% off of the $2,000 or 5% off of the $2,000. On this device, you have 5 AC outlets. The 5 AC outlets are going to do 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 6,000. With that being said, on the opposite side, you're going to have 2 USB-A ports that do 18 watts max charging capability through the 2 ports, 100 watts max on the USB-C ports below that. Above it, you do have a 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug, and on the side, you're going to see those bright orange handle. Now, for a 64-pound package, they do not want you to hurt yourself while moving it around. So they actually designed that little carrying case. It's got 2 large 3-inch wheels, just like the one on the 5000. It's got a telescopic aluminum handle. The telescopic aluminum handle folds up and can be put away in the back of the housing of this device. The way you leverage and tip it will allow you to roll it very easily across grass, dirt, concrete, mud, but not so much mud, guys. You don't want it to get wet, but if you need to, it can go across it. Sand is going to be nah. If you go across a sand dune, a very light sand, that it's going to sink. If it's very compacted, then that's a different story. Most sand is not compacted, so it's going to sink while you're pushing it. It's going to make it a little bit hard to move it. Now, on the amount of charge rate, you guys, 3,024 24 watt hours power should be able to run your 60 watt flat screen TV for a good amount of time, about 35 hours. If you want to run 1150 watt window AC for about 3 hours, you guys could definitely do that. 520 watt double door refrigerator should be able to run approximately 5 hours off of this device. 5 hours is a decent runtime with the double door refrigerator. Now, gonna kind of sidestep with that. You're probably gonna get a longer runtime with that fridge because most fridges don't stay running constantly. They kick back on and off throughout the day. Now, if you have a household that people are always getting inside the fridge, then yes, max 5 hours. Just the way it works. Now, you guys could even run a TIG or MIG welder, like I said, for about an hour's runtime off of this device, which is actually really well done. Now, you guys could do, let's say, a blender for 8 hours. You guys could do a microwave oven for 2.25 hours. You guys could do a standard oven, 800 watt oven for 3 hours. Now, I sneezed. Sorry, guys. You could also do a movie projector for 21 hours. You guys could do a tea kettle for 3 hours. You guys could do a 3-watt light bulb for over 220 hours. CPAP machine. If you guys are running a CPAP machine, you're going to get about 200 to 220 hours of runtime off a CPAP machine. That's a decent amount of time to run an oxygen machine for your sleep. Off the grid living, guys, your cell phone, 101 cell phone charges. 350 watt space heater or inverter heater, about 6 hours of runtime. 70, 90 watt drone batteries. Water pumps, air mattresses, leaf blowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, drills. Guys, the sky is the limit with the amount of devices you can do. Now, I moved my camera so you guys can get a full picture of this device and the NEMA plug that's sitting there. That NEMA plug is actually a really cool NEMA plug. That is 120 volt, though. It's not a 240, so it is limited to the device that you have connected up to it. Now, just like all of the other products, it works with the Smart App. The Smart App is going to allow you to, of course, turn on all of those devices. You guys can turn AC plugs on. You guys can turn DC plugs on. If you want to control your sleep timer, you can do that. You guys can do emergency mode, charge mode, run times, screen times. It all works inside the app. The one thing that I will limit to or hinder you is down to about -4 degrees is where they want you to run it. Now, yes, it should be able to run a little colder than that, but if you guys know anything about cold, super cold will drain your batteries, and they'll drain them a little quicker. Not a big deal, though. It's actually quite acceptable and very well done. Your power wattage with this device, guys. So, if you want to kind of charge the device, you can do 6 200-watt solar panels on this. So 6 200-watt solar panels is going to allow you to do, of course, a good amount of charge rate in under 2.5 or about 3.5 hours with this one. If you're using the wall plug, you guys can do it in 2.5 hours without a problem. It is an amazing little product at a great price point today. Like, you're getting it for $19.99. You're also going to get 5% off of that. It is an amazing deal with this one. Now, I'm going to get up. I'm going to kind of show you guys the little cigarette lighter plug that's hidden over there. We're going to turn it on for a second. So I talked about the 12-volt 10-amp plug that's hidden back here. Now, this is, of course, a little tray that's hidden. It's just a little cap. To activate or turn the device on, you literally hold down the power button. Once you hold down the power button, it'll actually activate and come on. You can, of course, turn on all of the plugs and the screens through this. Now, we're going to grab the app instead. When I grab the app, we're going to turn on the AC outlet, and you guys are going to see the lights come on. Should take a second. Then the lights come on. Of course, the lights are not going to come on until I say, Alexa, all lights on. Let's see if Alexa's listening to me. All lights on, Alexa. She's not listening today. That's cool. We can do it another way. We don't want to have to actually have everybody go sideways. So let's do this. Let's come over here and let's activate it. There we go. Okay, I guess I didn't need to. It just took a second. If I want to turn those lights back off, I just hit the switch. It shuts off. I want to turn them back on. I hit the switch. It comes back on. All inside the Jackery app. That's all there is to it. Screen. I can turn screen off. If I want that screen off, I can shut it off. If I want the screen on, I can leave the screen on. It has the accessibilities and the user-friendliness of a device that it should have. Jackery really did very, very well when they created this item. Now, most of these products can accept or connect to the app. The app is, of course, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi accessible. You do have to, of course, do it, download it, install it, and then, of course, connect up to it to do these items. Any questions about the 3000 Pro, please ask. All right, so not seeing no questions today, which is all good. You guys can be kind of quiet. It's totally fine. So we're going to move over to the 300 plus power station. Now, the 300 plus power station is a really cool little power station in its own right, of course, for you. Now, we're going to show you guys the full kit. I think the station by itself is sold out. They do have the kit, which is a combo package. 288 watt hours of power in an 8-pound package. Now, it is a LiFePO 4-cell system. Now, with it, of course, you're going to have the AC outlet that's going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 500 or 600 if you need. Has a USB-C port. That USB-C port is going to do 100 watts in and out charging capability. Beside that is a USB-C 15-watt port. Above that, USB-A 15-watt port. Above that is a finger hole. No, it's not a finger hole, guys. It is a cigarette lighter plug hole. You'll literally plug in your cigarette lighter adapter or whatever you're using to connect in, and that's what's going to run off of that plug. All individually switched. If you guys want to, of course, turn it on, you'll actually power down or turn on, of course, the system by holding down the plug. Once it's on, the screen will come on. If I want to, we can turn on the flashlight for you guys. We can put it in SOS mode. It has a handle to be carried around. The cool part about 288 watt hours of power in this device is it can actually be fully charged in under an hour and a half. An hour and a half is actually a very beautifully and quick charge rate for said device. Now, what could you run with this? Now, 288 watt hours of power should be able to run a Nintendo Switch for about 35-ish to 36 hours. Now, you're not going to get a full 40 with this because it's a little less than, of course, the 300, but you should get close to the 40 hours with the Nintendo Switch. 12 cell phone charges, all right? 12 cell phone charges. You guys can do more than that. It is, of course, got other capabilities, Wi-Fi routers, modems. You guys can do, let's say, 3 times of an 80-watt laptop, 12 8-watt batteries like your DSLR batteries, your bigger Sony ZV-E10 batteries. 5 drone batteries. That's a 90-watt battery. So you guys have the capability of doing that with this. Now, to charge it, you have a multitude of ways, right? First and foremost, wall plug under an hour and a half, you're good to go. The USB-C port by itself, 4 hours. USB-C port in your car through the car plug, 4.25 hours. If you have this mini solar panel, which comes in this kit, 7.5 hours. Now, like I said, fully waterproof, water resistant solar panel inside this device, which is beautifully well done. Now, fully waterproof, water resistant means you guys can use this in the rain. Now, I'm talking about the solar panel, not the station. You want to make sure the station stays dry. It has, of course, openings and electronics in it. You don't want it to get wet. This is not waterproof. The solar panel is. Now, it, of course, has the connectability that you could really want through this piece on hand. Now, I really like that they're doing this in a kit for you guys. Now, the kit is, of course, perfectly priced at like $279. The solar panel itself is a nice little piece as well, because if we want to, you guys can actually open it up and, of course, put it wherever you want. I had this in my window one day trying to grab sun from the window. Little did I know that, hey, the sun doesn't hit my apartment until about noon, so I was at the wrong time of day to get the sun to actually charge it. Once I realized it and left it there all day, it started working. Now, you're not going to get the most out of that doing through Windows. Most Windows have Solar Guard on it. I, of course, had my windows wide open, so the Solar Guard was gone. Now, with it, guys, it's meant to be outside, so you guys put it pretty much anywhere. This is very, very light, 2.5 pounds. The full package deal is approximately 11 pounds of weight. That's actually decently well done. You guys could carry that around without a problem. The waterproofness means you guys can use this in harsh and wet weather. I mean, it's literally raining outside my house right now, so I can take it outside, and it's not going to hurt this piece. It is going to allow it to keep working without a problem. The price point is beautifully well done. $279 is a great, great deal. So if you guys need a 300 plus station, they got you covered today with this one. Now we're going to move into one of my favorites. This is going to be the 600 plus. Now, it was my favorite because it had an exclusive solar panel. It's no longer exclusive. So we're going to show you guys the 600 plus. We're going to move up to there, right there. That beautiful little thing right there. This is the 600 plus. The 600 plus is actually coming in at $399 today. That's a 20% savings. It is 32 watts of power, or 32 watt hours of power. It is only a 16-pound package. Now, 16 pounds. That's a good amount of weight, but it is actually quite light. It is actually very small designed. This piece is only 8 inches wide by 11 inches long by 7 inches tall. It's like a shoebox, or smaller than most shoeboxes. 16 pounds means you guys can carry it without a problem, even in a hiking trip if you needed to. Now, you do have 2 AC outlets on the front. Those AC outlets are going to do 800 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 1600 for you. On the side, you have those 2 USB-C ports, a 30-watt port and a 100-watt port. Below that, it's going to be a USB-A 18-watt port, and above that, it's going to be, of course, that beautiful 12-volt 10-amp DC plug. Now, the 600 plus is going to be able to run a car refrigerator for approximately 6 hours. Now, 20 cell phone charges, approximately. You guys can run a lamp off of this without a problem. You guys could do a lot more than that. You guys could do like a 10-watt Bluetooth speaker for 36 hours. You could do a 80-watt laptop about 7 hours. You guys could do about 27 DSLR batteries. Your standard 520-watt double-door refrigerator, about an hour runtime max. 60-watt flat-screen TV, about 80 hours. Your 45-watt house fan, about 10 hours. Your toaster ovens, your coffee makers, and everything else in between can be run off of this without an issue. Now, 800 watts, but can surge peak to 1600, which is decently well done. It's going to do about 4,000 charge cycles, and then it's going to be about 70% battery capacity after that. It should last a long time. Can be used as a 20 millisecond UPS switchover, which is pretty much seamless switching, which is beautifully, beautifully well done. Quiet charging at about 22 decibels does have, of course, emergency supercharging mode with Charge Shield 2.0. That achieves 100% charge and 1 hour charge rate at a beautifully quick time. If you want to do fast charging mode, it's going to allow you to do fast charging in approximately under 2 hours. That's going to actually allow you to do, of course, fast charging and a 30% increase of charge rate. By itself, like I said, $399, which is an amazing, amazing deal. But you guys can get it with, of course, the 100-watt bifacial solar panel for $599. Now, $599 is a good deal for this. It's going to come with, of course, that one solar panel that's going to allow you to charge this in no time. If you had 2 of these panels, it will allow you to charge it in 4 hours. Now, I have showed you guys the panel, but we're going to show you guys the panel again because it is a beautiful panel. This is the bifacial solar panel that's going to come with this kit. It has their beautiful logo on this nice and sturdy, hard leg. The leg does Velcro down. On the opposite side, it has another leg as well. So you guys can see we can make it in an airplane and we can fly it around. Or a bicycle. No, guys, come on. You guys have riveted on handles. The handles are riveted on for sturdiness and, of course, durableness. Now, it has, of course, 2 clasps that will unclasp on this to allow it to open up. When you open it up, you guys are going to be greeted with, of course, the monocrystalline solar cell. The monocrystalline solar cell is, of course, 4 panels long. Now, with the 4 panels long, you guys, if you guys can kind of see it, you have a nice, long, beautiful panel that's going to grab about 25% efficiency in even low light settings. Because it is bifacial, it's going to grab light from both sides. So the black side is what you're going to face to the sun. The blue side is what the reflective area or the reflective light's going to capture with this. Now, IP68 rating, which means you guys can actually use it out in the rain, the sun without a problem. It's no issues whatsoever with this. Now, of course, if you guys want, put the little clasp on it and put it away and carry it around for you guys. It's not an issue with this whatsoever. Carrying it is nice and light. This is very portable, and you guys can definitely carry 2 of these and, of course, that station without an issue. IP68 rating means you guys can leave it out in the rain and, of course, wash it off later with a hose if it gets dirty. It's not a problem. It does have what's called press rings, or ringlets, I like to call them. Those pressed rings are going to allow you to tie this down with, let's say, strings or yard spikes and stuff. So if you guys need to protect it or set it down, they have it for the 100 plus. Now, or the 100 Solar Saga solar panel. The 600 plus station with 100 panel is coming in at $599. Now, this can actually be delivered to your door. Would be, I think it's like December 5th to 9th. It does, of course, come from the Jackery shipping. So you're going to have that. But it's a great piece. This would make a great Christmas gift for anybody, the college student, the person that likes to go out and travel around and hike and bike and everything. If you guys are avid like 4-wheelers, have a power station that you guys can have solar in charge while you're charging your phones up in areas that you may not have electricity in, would be a great idea to have with you. Now, 600 plus is actually a really great deal, but it is a size device. Because the device is actually so small, it can go wherever you would expect it, and then some places you would not expect. So right there is a great little option for you guys. If you need, check that out, of course, on hand. So that's the 100 panel. What do we got next? I think we got modular systems coming up. Sweet. So we're going to be moving into the modular systems. Before we do the modular systems, I'm going to take a 2-minute break finally. I've actually been sitting here a while. We did play a video for you guys a little bit ago, but I do need a break. I needed fresh water. I also need some more candy for my throat. So if you guys watch this video, you know what? We will grab you a different video this time. Let's grab a different video. Let's watch. I think this is a good one. Let's watch this one. I will be right back, everybody. Okay, I am now back. I have me nice fresh ice water to help with it, and I have some more candy, so we're golden. We're going to be moving into modular systems. Now, modular systems have their definite place, and I love a modular system. Now, modular technically means for me is it can be expandable. So it's an expandable system. So like the 5000 we showed you guys, these systems that we're about to show you can have extra batteries. Now, they do have their definite places, and they're going to have their definite fixtures in your household. Now, I technically use the one that we're about to show you guys to run devices in my back bedroom when I'm having fun and we don't have power, which is kind of cool. I'm lucky enough that I have enough stations that I can spread them out. Now, the 1000 plus system by itself is an amazing little system. It is actually coming in at a phenomenal price point for you guys today. So the system itself is $645.99. Now, this system is a beautiful piece of technology. It is 1264 watt hours of power in a very light 32-pound package. Now, if we jump over here to the camera and we move over to this said picture, you guys are going to notice it sitting over here on the side. Now, what we're going to try and attempt to do is zoom on in so you guys can see the device a little bit better. Now, the device is actually the piece down at the bottom. The middle piece is the top piece is the battery, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. 1264 watt hours of power is actually decently well done in a 32-pound package. Now, 32 pounds does weigh a little bit. Most people may be like, I don't want to carry it around. Well, cool thing is most people are not going to be moving this around a lot because of the expandability with the batteries. If you need to, 32 pounds isn't that bad. Most people should be able to carry that. It's like grabbing a couple grocery bags from the car and bringing them inside, let's be honest. Now, with it, of course, it is actually going to allow you to have it fully charged in under 2 hours without a problem. And it does have advanced IBC technology that's built into this system. Now, like most of these systems, it does have a battery management system built in as well. The battery management system is usually a smart battery management or an intelligent battery management system. That means, guys, your system, and I don't know why I'm going to sneeze again. I apologize, everybody. I think the fan's making me sneeze. It's just driving me crazy. Might have to shut it off and deal with the heat. So with the intelligent battery management system that we've actually been talking about, it's going to actually determine the charge that's being put into the system and the charge that's coming out of the system. So that's going to range from whatever device you're plugged into will determine what charge that needs to go out. It's also got a bunch of forms of protection built in to protect yourself. There is approximately, I think, like 12 forms of protection and multiple temperature sensors built into all of these devices. Now, a minimum of 12, I know, on a couple of these. Wow, that hurt. That sneeze got me. All right, so on a full charge, guys, under 2 hours, you're fully charged, you're good to go. If you want to charge this with, like, let's say 4 of the 100 watt solar panels, 4.5 hours, you're charged, you're good to go. If you have a car charger, like the one I showed you guys earlier, this cigarette lighter adapter plug, 7 hours on your cigarette lighter plug in your car on a road trip. Most people might travel more than that on most summer vacations or vacations alone. To be able to do that was actually kind of cool. Now, this is actually also geared to like the people that want to travel in their toy haulers, RVs, motorhomes, and stuff. Now, some motorhomes have already an electric panel, so you don't have to use the cigarette lighter plug, but technically you could. Now, you do have 3 AC outlets. Those 3 AC outlets are going to do 2,000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 4,000 for you. Decently well done. Now, on the front, you're going to have 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports, a 12-volt 10-amp plug, and, of course, that flashlight. It does have a handle. The handle does fold up and can allow you to carry it around without a problem with ease. Runnability is going to range from the different devices that you're plugging into this. Let's say like a 900-watt electric cooker should be able to run over an hour time. An 1,800-watt coffee maker less than an hour. If you have a 1,000 watt coffee maker, about an hour and a quarter. You guys are seeing where I'm going with this. 1150 watt window AC should be able to run off of the single station by itself for over an hour without a problem. Now, 1150 watt window AC is about a 10,000 BTU. 10,000 BTU is actually going to keep a nice sized room very, very cool. I actually use one in my apartment. We've tested that during multiple streams. Now, you guys could do even more when connected up to this because you do have a lot more power with the actual size constraint with this and actual sustainability. You guys could do angle grinders. You guys could do table saws, projectors, blenders. You guys could do, of course, lamps. You have multiple ways of doing it. The system by itself, like I said, the 1000 plus is $645. You guys can also get the 1000 plus and two 100 watt solar panels. The two 100 watt solar panels are going to come in at like $929. Now back here, if I get up and walk back there, I'm going to show you guys the actual battery. The battery is going to come in, of course, the 1000 kit. Now the 1000 kit is going to be the battery, the station, and of course, two of those solar panels for you guys as well. This is the battery. Now the battery is, of course, connectable by a large orange cable. When I turn on the power station, you're going to notice the battery is going to power up at the exact same time. It does have its own screen. That screen is going to actually indicate that you have 100% charge right now and 80% charge on the station below it. When I shut it off, it will turn off that battery at the same time. So you do not have to worry about it shutting off. Of course, I didn't power it off. I just shut the screen off. There it is, powered off. Now the battery does have a handle. I know it's hard for you guys to see the handle, but there is a handle that folds up and allows you to carry it. The battery is going to give you an extra 1,264 watt hours of power. Now that means you guys have 2,528 watt hours of power in a device of this actual size. Now with that, of course, same charge time with a single battery. Did my camera just flicker? I feel like my camera just shut off. Has it been doing that a lot? If anybody's watching and noticed if my camera has shut off a couple times, please let me know. My cabling may be loose. Now back to the talking about this thing. So 1,264 watt hours of power by itself, 2,528 watt hours of power with a second battery. Now, this kit is coming in at $13.99 today, which is a 33% savings. That savings is actually a really great deal for you guys. Now, 10-year lifespan for the batteries at 4,000 charge cycles. It's going to technically last longer than that. Let's just be honest. You're going to get more than that. That's just at 100% battery capacity. Once you doubled it, you doubled your runtime. The 1150 watt window AC just doubled to, of course, or 1150 watt window AC just doubled to 2 hours of runtime. Where it's really cool is it's actually quite expandable up to 5 kilowatts of hour power. So with 3 total batteries on the system, you have over 5,056 watt hours of power. With the 5,056 watt hours of power, you're at the size of like the 5,000 plus system. That means you guys can run most of your household for about a day. The only constraint is you only have 3 AC outlets, 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports, and a 12-volt 10-amp plug. Not really a big drawback because yes, technically you guys can plug an extension cord in to the AC outlet and run a couple extra devices as long as it doesn't peak over the 2,000 watts of power that goes through the AC outlet. Capacity, guys, this just goes from, of course, 30 plus pounds to 65 pounds. You're also getting 2 solar panels if you had 4 of them, 4.5 hour charge rate. Now, if I remember correctly on this device, though, you can actually do 800 watts of max input charge. So technically, you guys could plug in 4 of the 200 watt solar panels. So instead of 4 of the 100 watt panels, you have 4 of the 200 watt panels. You have a 2-hour charge rate instead of a 4-hour charge rate. That makes it a lot quicker and a lot more sustainable. It is doubled to 22 amps of 800 watt max. That's actually cool. Now, working voltage is going to be anywhere from 12 to 60 volts at 11 amps max, but does double to 22 amps to 800 watts max if you need to. Full availability with this is actually really cool, but let's remember, guys, it's rated at 4,000 charge cycles at the point of you'll have approximately 70% of original capacity after that 4,000 charge cycles. Within those 4,000 charge cycles, the unit will be optimal at its max capacity. After that, it drops down to 70 to 80%. Not a problem. It's still going to last you a long time. It's just not going to give you guys the full 1,264 watt hours of power. It's going to be about 1,100. Still, that's acceptable past that. Now, I always talk about this. I run a lithium battery system in my car. Let's see if I can grab this. I run a LiFePO cell system in my car. I know after a certain amount of charge cycles that lithium cycles, and let's see if I know I have battery pictures. After a certain amount of runtime, it's going to deplete down to about 70% battery. I can tell you my car uses those battery cycles a lot more and a lot quicker than your vehicles do. Yes, I do. So I run large lithium cells in my car as well for my audio. I can tell you I've been over that 3,000 charge cycles and my stuff's been running for multiple years without a problem. Your batteries will last as long as you take care of them properly. So that means, guys, as long as they're, stored in the proper temperatures, they're charged at the proper rates, they're not overcharged. Well, the cool thing is Jackery made sure in the intelligent battery management system that they never overcharge. They never undercharge, they never overcharge. They're charged perfectly where they set. And that's the cool part about these batteries. So yes, LiFePO or Yinglong style batteries do very, very well. I actually have another set of showing batteries. So I do use these batteries quite a bit in my cars. Now, I'm sure that Jackery's batteries look different than mine, but yours will do well. So don't worry about like the battery span of these systems. They're going to last you a good long time with no problem. So the 1,000 plus, guys, package deal $13.99, which is a great, amazing price point. I really like that price point. Now, before we go back on to the next piece, we're going to talk about the banners like we always do. We have that one at the top, that best priced guaranteed. Best price guaranteed. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enlarge this for a second so you guys can kind of see it. If you order from November 6th to December 2nd, and if you price drop by any product by that time, right? You can have customer service contact them for a refund. So you have the option of that refund with that said item. That's kind of cool. Now, the next banner, of course, right here, you're going to see is this big one. With that being said, hold up. Let's actually... Hey, where's that? That's not the banners I want. Why can I not? This banner's not doing... All right. There. This is your Amazon Live exclusive banner. You can get an extra 5% off today of purchases over $1,500. Now, that purchase is determined by what products you're getting. As you guys can see down there, it's valid on any orders over $1,500. It excludes the 1000 V2, the 1000 V2 and 200 watt solar panel. It also excludes the 2000 V2 and 2000 V2 and 400 watt panel kit. They exclude that because those deals are so crazily marked down that, hey, that's just where we're going to go with it. Now, you also have the rotating banner down below that's showing you guys the prices of the 2000 V2 for $791. It's also showing you guys the... for some reason, that banner is not properly placed. Let me fix that. It's also showing you guys the other deal, of course, with this for the beautiful 1000 V2 for like $399. You guys can get the 100 plus power station for free. Up to about 50 pieces of those will be given away. Now, you guys can also get the 1000 V2 and the solar panel for like $699 today. The even better part is if you guys buy the 5000 with solar panel, or the 5000 with dual solar panel kit, there is a free gift of a protective case. That protective case is up to 50 free products, of course, so the first 50 people will get one of those. It's cool that if you guys do that. So A bunch of cool deals, a bunch of great freebies for you guys with that on hand. Now, I'm actually going to share these codes with everybody on the other channel. I realize that it hasn't been shared over there. My bad, I do apologize. So we're going to share this over here for you guys. So here is, of course, those codes. I apologize. I thought you guys got those codes over there. So right there, that's the deals, and that is the beautiful, beautiful deals. With that, we're going to be moving on to the largest modular system. This is going to be the 2000 plus system. Now, we're going to start off with just the 2000 plus by itself. And it's actually coming in at like $1,299, which is a great price point. So, again, back on the table, we're talking about the 2000 plus. Now, the 2000 plus is on the bottom of the stack right here. That is a 62-pound package. Now, that 62-pound package will actually do 2,024 watt-hours of power. Now, I misspoke, 2,042 watt-hours of power. Leave the dyslexia alone, it read that backwards. So 2,042 watt-hours of power is going to do very well for a lot of different people and a lot of different reasons. Ranging from, let's say, you want to run your fridge. You can run your fridge with that much power. 62-pound package means it weighs a little bit. Now, they did what they did, of course, with the 3000 Pro. They added two large 3-inch wheels to allow you to roll it around. Those 3-inch wheels are actually made from a nice high-strength polyurethane plastic. You also have a nice metal aluminum handle. That aluminum handle is going to, of course, telescope in and out of the device, which is then going to give you the leverage to tip it and roll it and move it to wherever you really need to. You're going to have, of course, the 5 AC outlets on the front of this. The 5 AC outlets are going to do, of course, 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, but if you need to peak it, you can go up to 6,000. You do have multiple forms of protection built in and multiple temperature sensors as well. Has that class 10 UL certifications for the shockproof and fire retardant shell. You have two USB-C ports. They're going to do, of course, 100 watts charging capability. Two USB-A ports at 30 watts max charging capability. Just like the 3000, you're going to have, of course, that covered 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. Take the cover off if you want. That's up to you guys. You don't have to have it, but it's there to protect it because most people don't use that plug. Now, with it, of course, you guys will run, it is very silent. It is less than 30 decibels of noise. Your house fan is louder than this device. It can be used as an emergency power supply with a 0.20 milliseconds of switchover, or the 20 milliseconds of switchover. Fully chargeable in 2 hours of time on a wall plug. Now, the wall plug, of course, is your standard 3-prong AC outlet. 2 hours fully charged, you're good to go. If you want to charge it with 6 of the 100-watt Solar Saga solar panels, 6 hours of charge time is all it's going to take. Now, that is the original 100 panels. With the newer 100 panel, I'm going to tell you probably about 5 hours is where you're going to be because it's more efficient at gathering light. If you want to do it with the 200-watt Solar Saga solar panels, fully charged in 2 hours is where you're going to be because you're charging at a very higher rate. You have this device in your motorhome, your toy hauler, your RV, your van, or your car. You're plugged into the cigarette lighter to charge it. 25 hours is where you're going to be. That's going to be like, let's say you're driving from California to Texas. By the time you get on the other side of Texas, guys, that's a day drive alone. Let's be honest. 25 hours, you have this fully charged. With the full charge, you guys should be able to run 1150 watt window AC for about 2 hours of time. A 5800 watt welding machine should be able to run about a half hour's time. It does and have app control, so you guys can run it with an app. At full capacity, you should be able to run a CPAP machine for about 150 hours. 12 hours with the 200-watt desktop PC. 3.25 hours with your 520-watt double-door refrigerator, or 3 hours with a coffee maker. Now, the wide variety of usages will give you even more usages without a problem. By itself, $1,300, or you guys can get it with 2 of the 200-watt solar panels for $1,899. Now, 2 of those panels means you're halfway there to the 6 panels you need. Not even halfway, let's be honest. Now, other devices you guys could run off of this is going to be like a mini fridge for 14 hours, your little portable freezers for 20 plus hours, your movie projectors for over 14 hours. You have the capability of running lots of devices without an issue. Where I'm always going to gear you towards is, of course, the full kit. The 4000 kit is actually at a great steal of a price today. It is $25.99. That's a 48% savings. But remember, we got a 5% code you guys can use to get another 5% off of that $25.99. Now, with the $25.99, that means you just get the station. You're going to get, of course, the battery that's sitting above it. With that extra battery, you just doubled your runtime to 4,085 watt hours of power. Because you doubled your power over the 3 kilowatts, you are now acceptable for, of course, that federal tax credit program that your utility company offers. With the 4,085 watt hours of power, you just doubled your runtime. So like your CPAP machine that we were talking about is going to give you about 300 hours of runtime. Your air conditioner is going to be about 4 hours. Your desktop PC, 24 hours. Now that battery that comes in this kit does have to take let me grab it. Does take a linking cable. This is that linking cable for the battery in that station. This is a very, very thick linking cable. This is probably the size of my oversized 1/aught cable. It's probably about a 2/aught. But it is a nice large cabling nonetheless. It is labeled A side and B side. B side is what you're going to connect to the battery. A side is what's going to go to the power station itself. Then if you're going from battery to battery, you're going to go from A to B, just like that, linking it. The cables are, of course, locking cables, so they do lock in place so they can't come unsnug. You do have to press it down and pull to unpop it. It is a multi-pin connection to allow the proper power to go through. It is, of course, a copper core, which is actually really great. Now, yes, you can connect up to 1 battery, or you guys can connect up to 5 batteries. With 5 batteries, you're going to have over 12 kilowatts of hour power. 12 kilowatts of hour power should allow you to run most of your stuff in your house for at least 2 days. Now, they thought about it and they said, hey, let's not leave it at that. Let's allow them to connect up 2 of the 2,000 plus systems. Now, that means you guys can connect up 2 of the 2,000 plus systems in parallel. By running it in parallel, you guys can have 10 batteries total. That means you have 24 kilowatts of hour power. That is a big linked system. Now, for those of you that need it, it's definitely a very beautiful option. For the kit, like I said, the 4,000 kit is $25.99. Then another 5% off of the top of that. You're saving a very good amount of money for a very beautiful peace of mind. This is definitely going to be great for off-the-grid living or all the other cool stuff. Now, your measurements of this is going to be approximately 18 inches by 14 inches by 14 inches, right? Your full specs are going to be about 79 cubic centimeters in engine displacement. Not really, guys. There's no engine displacement because it's an electric engine. I was just messing with you guys. Now, the expandability all the way up to 24 kilowatts of hour means you guys can do 6,000 watts of output power without an issue. Now, voltage all the way up to about 240 volts at output of 6,000 watts. Now, this is 120 volt plugs, so you don't have to worry about that with this. Now, definitely good to be for the RVs, emergencies, professional power off the grid, or any setting of the sort. I've ran window ACs off of this with no problem. I've ran a whole stream off of this without an issue. I've ran a whole stream off of the 2000 without a problem as well. You have the power in a system that you're going to need without a problem. It's a really amazing little product that does very, very well. It's going to come with the linking cable because you're buying the kit, so it comes with the cable to connect up the battery. I have mine off because of showing purposes, but you guys could sit here and jump rope with the cable or just hang it around your neck. It's a nice, beautiful necklace. David, thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. How are you doing over there? So with the 2000 plus system and 4000 kit, the sky's the limit of what you can run and how much you guys can run with it. It's a really great and amazing little option and a product that you guys probably didn't realize you needed. With that being said, that has brought us back to the 5000 plus system. With the 5000 plus system, guys, we're going to talk about the system by itself for $3,499. Now, this is their largest and newest system. Now, we're going to pop over here. We're going to grab a different camera, and we're going to talk about that bad boy right there. $3,499. There's a $500 clippable coupon to bring it down to $2,999. On top of that price point, guys, you can get it, of course, with the 5% off discount code that we actually have as well. Hello, how are you doing? Now, with the 5000 plus system, it is a 132-pound package. Now, the 132-pound package does have, of course, 2 large 3-inch wheels. It also has 2 casters in the front. Guys, you can probably see the casters already there in the front. Those casters are locking casters, so you guys can lock those without a problem. Now, the system is 5,040 watt-hours of power in a package of this size. Now, it already just doubled past the 3000 plus Pro system and the 2000 plus system by itself. It has some newer technologies. First and foremost, it's got what's called cell-to-body technology. That is the design of the battery and how it is housed inside the cell. The cell is what's called the housing, so you guys have a honeycomb design where the batteries are going to be pressed into. On the front of this, you have 4 AC outlets. Those 4 AC outlets are going to do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave power. You also have 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports for you as well. We're going to see why my camera keeps dropping. Let's see why it drops. Bear with me, guys. Let's refresh the camera. It should be back, and we should be able to go all the way in there. So there it is. The USB-C ports, like I said, 100 watts capable. USB-A ports at 18 watts capable. You also have the 12-volt 10-amp DC plug on the side. Now, that DC plug is going to be like your cigarette lighter devices. With this, it does have a telescopic aluminum handle. Now, I'm going to actually back up the camera, and we're going to attempt to kind of show you guys this. So with this, of course, you guys can see the handle back there. Now, that handle is going to give you guys the range and capability of course, moving it around with ease. This handle can be put inside the housing and put away. You don't have to leave it out. When it is pulled up, you guys can literally tip it over really easy and start rolling it around. With that, you guys are going to have access to the handle on the bottom and, of course, those casters and wheels for you. On the side, which is the side we're going to start talking about, I'm going to move my ugly feet and out of the way for you guys to see this. Now, on the side, you have an AC expansion slot. This is going to be for like your manual transfer switch or your smart transfer switch. You're also going to have 2 NEMA plugs. The top one is going to be your NEMA 14-30. Your bottom one is going to be your NEMA 14-50. Those are both 120 volt and 240 volt plugs. Below that is going to be your actual circuit breaker switches. Now they have resets. Those resets are in case of power trips inside the house. Sometimes you might get a lightning strike and it might send an extra strike or more power than you would expect. 2 large orange handles to allow you to lift it. Most people are not going to be lifting this up. On the opposite side, you're going to have, of course, an adapter plug at the bottom. That plug is going to allow you to connect up extra batteries. You're also going to have the AC slot. The AC slot is going to allow you to connect up to your standard wall plug to charge this in approximately 3.5 hours. Underneath this is going to be your transfer switch for the actual high power voltage solar array. To do that, you're literally going to come over here and you're going to flip the switch. When not in action, leave it flipped in low power voltage array. Now there are high power voltage array plugs and low power DC plugs. Those are 80/20 adapters. In low power array, it will accept up to 1200 watts of solar charging capability to charge it in approximately 5 hours of charge time. In high power voltage array, which is going to be like your 4 kilowatt to 5 kilowatt power arrays that sit on the roof of your house, under 2 hours fully charged with this device without a problem. Now, on a wall plug, 3.5 hours, that's like 1800 watts. That's not bad. This can actually work with the smart transfer switch. The smart transfer switch will allow you to do what's called 0 milliseconds of online UPS switching, which means there is no switch over time whatsoever. If you purchase this product today, there is a protective cover that is, of course, a free gift, but is limited to 50 pieces, which is actually kind of cool. Now, it is under 30 decibels. It's actually very silent and quiet. Can be used, of course, in your household without a problem. Now, 5 kilowatts of hour power on this device, which is a colossal capacity by itself. Multiple inputs and, of course, multiple outputs, and Charge Shield 2.0. Charge Shield 2.0 is going to do like a battery appliance protection that's going to allow you to charge it at a quicker rate without destroying the product. Now, you guys can even charge an EV car off of this. It actually has the plug-in and adapters and the knowledge to do so. Now, the expandability, guys, means you guys, by itself, you should be able to run your 60-watt flat screen TV for about 2 days. Your dryer for about 3 hours. Your refrigerator over 4 hours. Your 1150-watt window AC about 4.5 hours. Your space heater about 10 hours of time. Because it's expandable, you guys can add up to 5 batteries, which is going to give you guys 30 kilowatts of hour power. You just, of course, blew past all of those run times without an issue. The Smart App Control is going to allow you to determine real-time generating performance. It's also going to allow you to keep track of your solar input speeds. It's also going to allow you to do sustainable solar charging mode and optimize scheduling for when you guys know the best time of solar charging is and your highest peak of energy use. Portability, accessibility by itself, guys, for $3,499, but there's a $500 clippable coupon that's going to bring it down to $2,999, plus that 5% code that I will have lowest share for you guys. The system by itself is an amazing, amazing piece of technology. But you guys can also get the 5,000 plus system and the 500X solar panel. Now, that solar panel is actually that piece right there. You're only getting a small glimpse of that panel. That panel is a 6-panel piece. It is, of course, a 500-watt panel. It is made from 6 80-watt panels that connect together through, of course, Anderson plugs. With it being said, it is approximately 98 inches long. This product is like $42.99 today. $600 clippable coupon with that as well. The $600 clippable coupon is going to drop it down in a nice reachable range. With that, of course, you already have just one solar panel. That's a great product and price point. You guys can get, of course, the package deal, where it's going to be the 500 plus, the portable power station, 500X, two of them, two 500X solar panels, and the smart transfer switch. That package is actually going to come in around $599, but there is, of course, a $1,000 clippable coupon. This is that package. This package is actually very phenomenally well done. If you need a package of this styling or sort, the price point is definitely there for you guys. $4,999 is a reachable price for a product with this much power and this much technology. Two solar panels, smart transfer switch, and of course that beautiful, beautiful station. Now we're going to talk about a few things. Like I said, 5,000 kilowatts should run most of your household devices for at least a day. When you add 5 batteries total, you should be able to run your house for approximately 3 to 4 days without an issue. They made it so you guys can run it in parallel with the second 5,000 plus system and add 10 batteries. When you add 10 batteries, you should be able to run this full device for at least 7 days minimum, right? That's actually kind of cool. Now, the Smart Transfer Switch is a $1,699 product. That Smart Transfer Switch alone is, of course, in the carousel by itself if you need it separately. Now, I'm going to talk about it because it does come included with that kit. This is what it's going to look like. It will need to be installed on your wall next to your electric box, where your power comes in, where all of your circuits are, your circuit breaker box. Now, when it is, of course, professionally installed, you're going to be able to, of course, achieve 0 milliseconds of switchover. You're also going to be able to achieve a couple different things. First and foremost, you guys can have it connected up to 2 of these devices, which will allow for 14,400 watts of home backup power. With that being said, it will allow you to charge at 4,000 watts right off your electric pole or electric power to charge said device. Inside the control panel are 12 individual electrical circuits for your circuit breakers. It will allow up to 14,400 watts max power at 60 kilowatts of power through all of those said circuits. When those circuits are linked to your actual circuit box on your wall, you can actually have it run separate rooms. Let's say like your living room, your bathroom, your kitchen, and all of that in between. You can actually run that off of this with this. Again, the app is going to give you that ease and mind control, which is going to do very well. It, of course, does down at the bottom have AC1, so it's going to show AC1 hooked up or AC2 hooked up. It's going to have an error light just in case it throws an error and you guys need to, of course, trip a circuit. It's going to have, of course, your grid light to tell you guys your grid is on and hot. Down below is going to have a power and pause and / resume button. 2 linkable connection jack points for the 5,000 systems. That little connector is a beautiful little piece of technology that they came out with. Because it is a smart transfer switch, it works with the app, and the app is going to allow you to control it all and get push notifications if you need. So the 5,000 plus system is definitely a system you may not realize that you want, but you probably should have, because it's definitely worth getting. Now, again, guys, remember, though, it is 132 pounds. 132 pounds is a lot of weight. That weight is going to take at least 2 people to lift, unless you're extra super strong. Then you can lift it yourself. Now, I've actually been lifting it by myself. Probably shouldn't be, but hey, I have to do things. When you don't have to lift it, it's got the wheels to roll it around, so you don't have to worry. You are very, very taken care of. Now, with that, I'm going to play a quick video of that piece because I want to show you guys the video they did. Their video is actually kind of cool. You know what? Now, let's show you guys a video of what you guys can actually do with some of these systems. So we're going to show you guys like running Christmas decor. Now, you guys could definitely run Christmas decor without a problem on these pieces. So let's say you guys want to do this in a backyard. James here, and today we're taking
So
a look
right
at
here
the
we actually
Jackery
have it set up. You
Explorer
guys can watch the
700
video if
Plus
you want.
Power station. Now, what you guys are seeing is I do have it set on a white table because the ground is a little wet and I want to protect it a little. Now, what you're also seeing is the Jackery Explorer 100 solar panel. Now, this is their Solar Saga 100. Is a 100-watt solar panel. It is a single panel that I have out that does bifold. Now, it does have 2 legs, can be set up in under 10 seconds and no issue. It does come with the cabling included in the solar panel, which I have connected to the back of the power station. Now, you definitely can connect up more solar panels to this power station if you want, up to about 4 of these, of course, as well. Now, what you're seeing is I do have one green plug connected up, and it is a really overcast day today, so it's not getting a full-on solar charge right now, but I expect it to do well. Now, we are starting with 29% power, and you guys will see that the output is starting to climb because I did turn it on for that AC outlet. And what I have connected up to it, you're going to be surprised, and that is all these Christmas inflatables. Now, these Christmas inflatables, of course, I have 5 sitting here on the inside that you're seeing inflate right now. What you're not seeing is the 2 or 3 that are outside the fence that are also connected to this station. Now, they're going to take a little bit to inflate, but this gives you guys a great option to power your inflatables if you guys want to, if you don't have power. And that's actually really cool. Now, definitely you can use this power station for other sources, like your little electric heaters for heating up during cold times, or even your little mini stoves or mini fridges and stuff like that as well. But we're doing this to show off the Christmas.
Yeah, I'm going to drop off that noise from the video, but you guys get the gist of what you guys can do. I mean, you guys can run Christmas decorations. We have other videos where I'm running a lot more decorations than you're seeing right here. You have the options to do things like this, or even movie nights out back. To be able to do that even off that small power station, you can only imagine what you can do off of the larger station right here. So with the larger one, you can approximately get the gist of what you guys could do with, of course, the bigger ones. And that's actually kind of cool. Now, I love the capability of the ideas that what you could run. Let's say you guys have, you toast your own coffee grounds. You guys could run one of those coffee ground toasters off of this without a problem. You guys could run your lighting. Maybe you guys have to work out in the shop and you don't have a power switch out in the shop. Roll this out there and plug in your shop lights and run the shop lights with that. Great option. You guys could even get like the connector cable to charge your batteries on your cars. Now, no, it's not going to jumpstart your car, but that's what it's going to do. Now, it has the wide variety of different ranges of different things you guys can do with that on hand of access, which is really amazingly well done. And I love the capability to do stuff like that. There is, of course, a lot of different ideas and ranges of stuff that you can do with this. It doesn't have to just be decorations, tools. The sky's really the limit with this power station. I mean, it will do very well for all of you. If you need a system like the sort, guys, we have the 5000 plus in the carousel for you guys with no problem. Now, we're going to move over to the 500X solar panel that we were just talking about with that system, of course. Now, the 500X solar panel is actually a really amazing solar panel that does very phenomenally well. I'm going to change camera views. We're going to actually move over, and we're going to show you guys it from the side. So that is the 500X set up, of course, back there. And if I zoom out, you guys will be able to see it a little more. It is a very large solar panel. This solar panel is actually $999 today, but there is a 5% qualifying discount, but you guys got to buy it with another product, so that qualifying discount is a little bit different. It is made from 6 85-watt panels. Each of these panels are bifacial with a high efficiency of converting light to power. It actually has a 25% conversion rate with the efficiency of said panel. When you have all of them interlinked to the 500-watt panel, it's going to do a very well charge rate. They designed it to be actually used in minus 40-degree weather all the way up to 185-degree weather, ensuring a nice, long, dependable performance in most weather conditions. Their solar panels are created to be even used in, of course, grayer skies or overcast skies. It will just drop down the conversion or the amount of light. Even though you have an overcast sky with light clouds, you still have solar light that comes through. So it will still work with that. Now, this is fully compatible with the 5000, the 2000 Plus, the 2000 Pro, the 3000 Pro, the 2000 V2. Technically, you guys could plug it into that as well, and a few of the others, like the 1000 Plus systems. It does fold down into, of course, a flat array style, but when it's laid out like it is there, it looks like an accordion or, like little triangles. Inside does come with the carrying case. Well, let me grab all the other kits down here. But it's also going to come with, of course, your 9.5-foot cable. Now, this 9.5-foot cable does have an Anderson clip end, and it has an 80/20 DC plug clip. This is the side you're going to plug into your solar station. This is the side that's going to connect up to the solar panel. They give you enough cable to make sure that it can run a good distance if you need to. Now, you're also going to get, of course, 8 of these stakes. These stakes are going to be your ground stakes, so you can actually stake the solar panel to the ground. They want to make sure that the solar panel is protected and will not fly away. These panels are like kites when there's high winds around, so they made sure that they were stakes. Now, each of the stakes do have holes, so you guys can actually tie those down with ropes if you want to anchor them even more. They made sure that you have enough of these stakes to actually do what you need with that. So, really cool idea to be able to have multiple of these pieces. Now, the 500X is, like I said, $999. It's a great price point. If you grab 2 of those guys, you guys can use the 5% discount code and get 5% off of that purchase. They're going to pair well with, of course, these stations beautifully nicely. Fully waterproof with an IP68 rating means you guys can leave it out in the rain and it's not going to hurt it. They are dust proof. They are designed to be outdoors for long-term use. Maddie, hello. How are you doing? And welcome to the show. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Now, another cool part is if you guys want to, if it is dirty, take a hose to it, wash it off. It's not going to hurt it to do that. You literally can spray it down with the hose, wash it off, or even use a wet cloth to clean it off. Now, you will need to clean your solar panels from time to time. Dust gets on them. You want to make sure they're nice and shiny and clean so it gets most of that power with that. So that is your option with the 500X. It's a really, really great piece. It is a beautiful, beautiful option. Now, we also have the Mini 40 solar panel. The Mini 40 solar panel is like a $99 panel. This panel is going to be perfectly paired with like the 100 Plus, the 240s, the 300s, and the 500. Now, this is, of course, a nice and small and compact panel. This panel is literally 10 inches wide by 12 inches tall by a ½ inch thick. Now, when you pop it open, they do have some clips that hold it open on one side. On the other side, it has this magnetic clasp. This clasp can be opened, of course, and then unfolded for you guys. It is, of course, a 4-panel piece that tri-folds, so you can actually tri-fold it up. It is so small, it is literally the size of a notebook or binder. You guys can put it in your backpack without a problem. It's 2.5 pounds. Again, IP68 rating, meant for, of course, long uses in, of course, wet weather, in the dirt, and all of the other things. This is going to do 40 watts of solar power to those stations. Now, it is, of course, a 23% efficiency with this one because it is a single side solar panel. It's not bifacial, it's single side. The conversion rate with the Mini 40 will do very, very well, though. Some cool ideas to actually set this up is if you really wanted to, guys, if you latch it back together, you can actually take these pressed eye ringlets, tie some clips on it, put it on your backpack, and allow it to charge while you're hiking. That's a great idea. You can also use these eye ringlets to literally hang it off, let's say, a side of your house. Or maybe you have a motor home that you just want to hang it off of. You don't want to permanently fix it to it. The actual leather or leather binding wrap with their logo is actually very well done. I actually like their logo and the way they use these two screws to do that. It does come with, of course, the cabling that you're going to need. It will come with a 9.5-foot cable. This 9.5-foot cable is going to have a two-prong connection on one side. On the opposite side, it's going to have a splitter. The splitter is going to have an 80-20 plug. Now, if it doesn't have a splitter, it'll just have the 7909 plug meant for the smaller stations. Mine came with this splitter that's got the 8020, 7909, and then, of course, the adapter for USB-C. So that's the way mine came. Yours may come with just the smaller plug for that. Fully waterproof, water resistant, perfectly pairs, and can be traveled in nice small package design. This Mini 40 solar panel is beautifully well done. I actually like it. One sec. Hopefully I muted that in time. So Mini 40, guys, really great little piece. Definitely very beneficial for those of you that need a solar panel of this style. Now we're going to move over to the 100-watt panel. Now, if you guys have purchased one of their 100-watt panels in the past, there's a new design. It has been upgraded. They said, hey, let's do away with the single-sided solar panel. Let's add them a bifacial. Let's give them bifacial. This is the 100-watt Solar Saga bifacial solar panel. Under 10-pound package. Has, of course, riveted on handles to allow you to carry it around. With it, you're going to have, of course, these pressed snap rings. These snap rings will allow you to open it up. It is blue on one side, black on the other. It, of course, has these beautiful little kickstands. These kickstands are going to allow you to set it up, lean it, and tip it into the place you need. This is over 55 inches long when folded out. Now, we're going to actually unsnap the top of this. And you guys are going to see the blue side. There's, of course, two of the panels. If I go and flip it the other way, we're going to unfold it the tri-fold way. Now, this is a large panel that I can hide myself behind. This is going to do about 24 to 25% efficiency in converting light to power because it is, of course, bifacial. Now, what does bifacial mean? It means it's getting charged from both sides. The black side is getting direct light, so that's going to be your highest amount of charge. The back side is going to be all reflecting light, reflecting back onto it. So you're going to be getting a charge from that as well. This is like $209, I think, which is a great deal. If you need a fully waterproof, water-resistant solar panel that's going to work with pretty much every station out there, this is going to be your one. This is an amazing one. It does very well. This is going to pair well with the 1000 system, like the 1000 V2, the System 2000 V2s, or vice versa. This is a really nice one. I'm glad they went to the bifacial. It's going to work well for you guys. So if you guys need something like that, check that one out. Now, we're also going to talk about the 100 Prime. Now, the 100 Prime is a DIY modular solar panel. When you get the 100 Prime, you're going to get a box or a set of pieces. I got a box like this. Inside this box, if I quit sneezing, it would be amazing. Inside this box, you're going to get mounting hardware. This, of course, is going to be your bracketry. You're going to get 4 of these brackets. Each bracket, of course, is painted black. It is pre-bent in the proper positions. You're going to set your rail. Let's say this is your rail. You're going to set your rail up there, and you're going to mount it to that. Now, on this, you have, of course, a slotted slot for the mounting piece. On the other side, you're going to have 2 pre-drilled holes. That is what you're going to send the self-tapping screws into. Now, they give you all of the hardware as well. This is going to be, of course, stainless steel, so it does not rust. You're going to get nuts, bolts, and washers for mounting the solar panel to the bracket. You're also going to get, of course, all of these beautiful self-tapping screws with fine threading. The fine threading is there for like your RVs and motorhomes because the roofs are very thin. You're going to need a fine thread to keep a grip. Now, it does have a very sharp tip that's going to cut through metal or, of course, wood or whatever you're using. It's pretty much a drill bit at the end of a screw. The opposite side does have, of course, a waterproof or watertight gasket or washer. Now, this washer, I'm always going to tell you guys, get yourself sealant. Use watertight silicone sealant when tapping these into the roofs of your house, or even use Flex Seal around the mounting. You want to make sure that you're tight and does not leak. So that's what I always recommend. So you're going to get that inside this kit of the 100 watt prime. Now the 100 watt prime is a $169 solar panel. Now, just like the 100 watt panel that we just showed you, this is a different panel. And I'm going to move my chair out of the way. This is a glass panel. This panel is definitely IP68 rating for harsh and wet weather. It is a nice and beautiful panel. It is black all the way around except for one side with the orange stripe. This is still a bifacial solar panel. Best being left at a tilt, but does not have to be. On the back side is going to be a fully aluminum housing all the way around. Your housing on the back side is going to have your mounting hardware bolt holes to mount up to the bracketry. Back here, you're going to have a 9.5 foot cable. The 9.5 foot cable is, of course, an Anderson clip style cable at the bottom, so you guys can use a Y splitter if you need to. You're also going to have an 80/20 adapter plug on this as well. If you guys need to adapt it down to a 7909, use the adapter that splits it down. This is a beautiful piece that's going to allow you to get the solar light like you want, where you want it. Now, glass, be careful. Don't want to break it. It is actually very durable, but very sturdy. At $169, that is a great solar panel that's going to do well for a lot of people. That panel will pair great with, let's say, your 100 watt, the 100 watt, or the 100 plus system, all the way up to your 1500 Pros. It will even work with the larger systems if you want to, but it's going to take a lot longer to actually charge at those rates. So, my allergies are starting to get inflamed. I'm just going to say it now. Now, we're going to move over to the 200 watt Solar Saga solar panel. Now, this, of course, is a larger solar panel. Now, we're going to show it. We're going to pop it up. Let's do this. Let's grab it. The 200 watt Solar Saga solar panel. Wow. This is an amazing solar panel. It's a nice large panel. I actually have a video of it in action. So let's show you guys that video of it in action. Now, we're going to show you guys this video playing. Now, this is the 200 watt solar panel. Now, this 200 watt solar panel is, of course, an IP68 rating. It does have a sunlight angle indicator that's built into it. It, of course, has a nice little casing to help allow you to carry it around and take it pretty much wherever you want. Inside the casing, it has a zipped up pocket that's got a 9.5 foot cable with, of course, your cabling. That looks like the one I just showed you. On this is considered a trifold design with 3 kickstands. It is approximately 55 to 60 inches long when fully extended outwards. This device will pull in about 24.3% efficiency in converting light to power. It is a single-sided panel. It is not bifacial. It's single-sided. Now, if I know anything about Jackery, is they're probably going to make a bifacial one at some point, and I can't wait to see that, just because bifacial is definitely a way to go. Now, it is, of course, a back-mounted connector for the actual cabling, which you guys are going to see me connect up. It should take you less than 15 to 30 seconds to have it set up, connected up, and in use and grabbing power. This video is a little bit longer. It's probably over a minute long, and that's because, well, let's be honest, I'm trying to showcase a product and keep my neighbors away from walking over to me. From the moment you connected, I connected it up and I had it turned on the front switch of the device and grabbed my actual phone. We were already getting 153 watts of power. 153 watts of power inside the 300 or the 3000 Pro is actually a good amount of power. This solar panel is $474 today. That's a 32% savings. That's actually really, really amazing savings for a set item. If you're looking for a solar panel like this, check it out. You can't be disappointed. Now in the carousel, we have passed the two. We have the 3000 Pro system. Now, the 3000 Pro system is coming in at $17.99 today. Now we just showed you guys that, but if we pop over here and we move the camera, we can kind of give you a glimpse. It's that piece back there. 3000, and of course, beautiful 3000 beautiful watt hours of power with this device. It's actually 3040 or 24 watt hours of power in this device. Multiple connections, multiple usages. It is actually at a great deal. Inside the carousel, we also have the portable or the expandable battery. So if you guys need the expandable battery for, like, let's say the 1000 plus system, we have that option as well. That's going to be coming in at $479. Now that's going to give you an extra 1264 watt hours of power for the 1000 plus system. We also have the 2000 plus battery pack for $999. That's a 38% savings. That's going to give you an extra 2042 watt hours of power for the 2000 plus system. Now, unfortunately, the 5000 plus battery was sold out already, so that is no longer acceptable to grab. We also have 3 different carrying bags in the carousel for you guys today: small, medium, and large, ranging from $44 all the way up to $149. Those bags are actually going to do very well for you guys if you need a bag to carry around one of the said systems all the way up to the 1500 Pro. The one carrying bag that we do not have listed in, of course, this carousel is going to be it's going to actually be the 2000 V2 carrying bag. The 2000 V2 carrying bag actually heats up, so you can use the 2000 V2 in, of course, different settings. So that's where you're at with that. Now, we are now at our last hour of the show. So we're going to actually talk about those banners one last time. So we're going to go into the banner talk. You guys can see that best price guarantee banner. If you see something from now to December 2nd, guys, reach out to customer service and get, of course, a refund of the difference. We don't want you to feel like you bought something and then realized it was going to be cheaper 3 days from now. We added that. Second is the banner down below. That banner down below is going to be the 5% off banner. That banner is, of course, acceptable of any purchase over $1,500, excluding the 1000 V2, 1000 V2 solar panel, the 2000 V2, and 2000 V2 400 watt solar panel kit. So it excludes those 4 kits, unfortunately. And there's actually a real good reason for that, because the 1000 V2 is coming in at $399. Now, if we drop down to the table, we have that 1000 V2 sitting there. And what I'm going to actually do is, I'm going to back it up a little, and I'm going to set something on top of it. You're going to see a product sitting right on top of it. That piece on top of it is actually a freebie. If you buy the 1000 V2 today, you can get the 100 plus for free when purchasing it. To get the 100 plus free, you do need to put it in your cart as a separate item. It will then be, of course, the price dropped off at purchase point inside transaction. So you're going to get it free. Now, the 1000 V2 is an actual amazing little power station we're going to talk about right now, because it is 1070 watt hours of power. Now, 1070 watt hours of power for $399 is a crazy price point. That's a 50% savings. To be able to get, of course, an $89 product with it is like a no-brainer. Now, here's where it's kind of cool. It does have 3 AC outlets. Those 3 AC outlets are going to do 1500 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 3000 for you. Now, with it, of course, you have 2 USB-C ports, 1 USB-A port, a 12-volt 10-amp plug, and, of course, a flashlight. When fully charged, you guys can run multiple devices without a problem. To fully charge said item, you guys can use solar panels, or you guys can use the wall plug. If you are using the AC standard fast charging mode, approximately a little over an hour and a half is all it's going to take. If you use the Charge Shield 2.0, activate the emergency charging mode in the app, and you can have it fully charged in 1 hour of time. Now, when you are doing that, do not always activate the said item and charge it that way. You do not want to do that because charging it that way all the time is going to, of course, take and degrade the battery a lot quicker, but it's not going to kill it. It's meant to do things like that, so you have that option. Now, on a full charge, you guys can run 1150 watt window AC for about an hour's time. You guys could run a rice cooker. You guys can run a space heater. You guys can run Bluetooth speakers. You guys can do projectors. You guys can do drones. There's a wide variety of different things you guys could do with this. You could do your cell phone approximately 50 times off of this device. You could do about 20 drone batteries. You guys could do 10 hours to 29 hours of running time of your Starlink standard. 14 laptop charges. Now you guys can do your mini fridge for 14 hours. That's going to be like a 45 watt mini fridge, right? Your 15 watt Wi-Fi modem and router can be ran for over a week time on the 1000 V2. So at $399, you're getting and able to run a lot of different things for a good amount of time. Outdoor activities like coffee makers. Well, I mean, yes, if you're going to take a coffee maker outside, about 96 minutes. I mean, who doesn't like a coffee outside? Electric grill, 55 minutes. Heated blanket, up to about 12 hours. Your 45 watt house fan, about 23 hours. Your 3 to 5 watt LED lantern, a little bit longer than that. You have a variety and ranging of items that's going to allow you to do quite a bit with this. Now, they do accept 2 of the 200 watt solar panels connected to this, so a 400 watts of charge rate is where it's at. When you have the 400 watts of charge rate, you can have this charged in a quick time without a problem. And that charge rate's going to range approximately about 2.5 hours. That's definitely very nice. So $399 for a 1000 V2 is a good price point for those of you that want it. If you want it with a 200 watt solar panel, it's going to be about $699. Now that's a 200 watt solar panel. We did kind of show you guys. It's a great price point. It's an amazing piece. It's going to do well for you guys. Again, it's a small piece. It's literally 12 inches by 8 inches by about 9 inches tall. That's actually very, very small. To have a free gift of like, you know, that 100 plus, that's kind of cool. I like that idea. And that's only with the single product though. It's not with, of course, the solar panel. Any questions about the 1000 V2? I'm going to start playing with stuff. We're going to turn on lights. We're going to turn off lights. We're going to hit SOS pattern. We're going to shut off SOS pattern, even though I do need help right now. We're going to turn on the low flashlight. We're going to hit AC plugs. We're going to turn the screen on. We're going to turn the screen off. We have all of this access from app control. With inside the app, you guys can actually see a couple other things. You're going to be able to see the battery charge. You're also going to be able to see the temperature. You're going to see, of course, the AC plugs, the outputs, and, of course, your run times and all of that. To go into emergency charge mode, you're going to have to go into, of course, settings, and you're going to have to turn it on, which is emergency charge mode. You'll click that. It's going to say tips and tricks, and you're going to say click controlling. It's actually very cool to be able to do that. Once you're in there, guys, you can now charge the devices at 1 hour charge rate. Yes, you can do that for emergency charging. If you don't want to do that, go into, of course, your regular charging mode. Leave it in fast charging. If you guys put it in quiet charge mode, and I'm going to do that. Hit quiet charge mode. It's going to take about 5 hours to charge this now. It's just in really slow pattern to charging it. Now, energy saving mode, guys, it's going to allow you to do like 2 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, and 12 hours, and I think never on. So you guys can leave those off. You also have an auto off timer. So like if you want to leave this running, let's say you plugged in a space heater, you know you're going to bed, you don't need the space heater after an hour after you sleep because once you're asleep, you got blankets on. It can auto shut off and you don't have to worry about it. So it's got the auto timer as well. You technically can edit out the device name. So let's say, you know, it says right there, Explorer 2000. Now I'm going to say right at the front, I'm going to add my name. So now it's James's Explorer 2000. So now I have it named as me. So when I come back out here, it's going to say James's Explorer 2000. So let's say you have one, your kid has one, and you guys don't want it to be, you want to keep them separate. Rename it. That's all it takes to do that inside the app. To do that is quite easy. Now the app, we're going to actually kind of show you guys the app. The app is actually found on Apple Play Store or Google Play Store, so no worries about that. You literally click it, come on, and it's going to make you log into an account. You make an account. Now, up at the top, there is a plus symbol. There's also a notification symbol. If you hit the notifications, you guys can get push notifications. If you hit the plus symbol, it's going to go into search mode. Now that means it's scanning for said devices to activate. Down below, you got the option of clicking power stations or smart transfer switch. If your device is already on, you don't need to click anything. If you don't see anything, you'll actually come over here and click it, and it'll show you guys is icon flashing. You'll hit icon flashing, it's going to go back to the scanning mode. Once you find the device, you'll literally just press that device. It will then, of course, bind the device to the app. The app will run all of your products, including like the 3000 Pro. If I hit the 3000 Pro on the table, I can shut off the LED lights behind me. It's a very, very user-friendly and beautiful app, and it works on most of these systems, from the 1000 V2 to the 2000 V2. It works on the 240 V2, the 300 Plus. It works on the 1000 Plus, the 2000 Pro, the 3000 Pro. The one system I know it does not work on is the original 240, the original 300, the 500, the 1000, and the 2000 original. Those are the only ones it doesn't work on that I know of so far. To have full app access control at your hand is actually really beautifully well done. I think it gives me a peace of mind sometimes, because sometimes I'll leave like stuff like this connected up, like the lights, and I'll leave my house and I'll be like, oops, I left it on. Well, because it's connected into my Wi-Fi at home, I can come on here and shut it off. Now, if you're not on Wi-Fi at home and you're out in a campsite, it's going to be paired with Bluetooth. The Bluetooth connectability means you're going to have to be in a certain range to shut these items off. Because I'm at home, I can shut it off through the app and not have to worry about it. The app is one app to control them all. So all of their products that they use with an app runs through the single app. You don't have to worry about having a second app, a third app, or a fourth app like some of them out there. So that's how the app kind of works, guys, which is kind of cool. Now, we showed you the 1000 V2. The 1000 V2 is solar panel, which is actually kind of cool. Both are amazing price points. We started to talk about the 2000 V2 when I started showing you guys the light control. Now, the 2000 V2 is another product that's actually on sale. The 2000 V2 is actually coming in at $791 when you use the code that we have for you. Now, this device does weigh approximately 39 pounds. Now, 39 pounds is definitely an acceptable weight when you're talking about a station with LiFePO4 cells. Now, at 39 pounds, you're going to get, of course, 2,042 watt hours of power inside this device. Now, the 2000 V2 is made with what they call cell-to-body technology. Cell-to-body technology, guys, is a cool technology that's going to allow them to design the product in a more minimalistic and smaller package size. It's going to allow them to put the lithium LiFePO4 cells in, let's say, like you have multiple zeros around, like a honeybee home, like, hive. With those round holes, you can put the LiFePO cells in those, inside the housing of the shell of the body of the device. With them allowing that to do that, that actually allows them to take less steps to create a battery. So that means less time working on a product to make the product, quicker turnaround times. The 2000 V2 has 3 AC outlets that do, of course, 2200 watts of pure sine wave connectability. Pure sine wave is a straight line of power that does not spike or peak at any random spot with that. Beautiful. Now, you also have the 2 USB-C ports. That one top one is a 30 watt port. The middle one is a 100 watt port. Below that is an 18 watt USB-A port, and above it is a 12 volt 10 amp plug. You have the flashlight that we were just controlling by the app. Controlling it by the app is actually very beautifully well done, and I love that they added the app. Besides helping me on shows and showcasing things, it actually works well when you have certain items that you have plugged into it you don't want to keep running. Turn it off in the app. On a full charge, it's going to take you approximately a couple hours. Let's go here. 6 of the 100 watt solar panels is going to take you about 5 hours to fully charge this device. If you have 6 of the 200 watt solar panels, it's going to take you about 2 hours to fully charge this device. On the AC outlet in standard fast mode, under 2 hours to fully charge said device. If you're using the AC outlet and the solar panels together, 50 minutes, you're charged, you're good to go. Emergency fast charging mode is a 1 hour charge rate no matter the station you see. Don't use emergency charge mode if you don't have to, because let's be honest, you don't want to degrade your cells quicker than you normally would. With 2042 watts of power, guys, you have, of course, the beautiful forms of protection and fireproof resistant and fire shockproof shelling. You guys can run 1150 watt window AC for approximately 2 hours of runtime. You guys could also run, let's say, 8 hours on an electric drill, 20 hours on a water pump, 20 hours on an air pump. Your air pump's going to be like your air mattresses or bicycle pumps. 2.5 hours of time on a vacuum cleaner. So if you guys need the vacuum cleaner, is about 2.5 hours. That's like a shop vac / vacuum cleaner. Road tripping, guys. Portable ovens, electric blankets, skillets, portable fridges, freezers, ice chest, that little portable lunch box that your wife made your food in that you need to heat on, can all be plugged into this. Now you're probably saying, well, why go with the solar generator over a gas generator? Well, there's a few options. First and foremost, the dimensions and sizings are smaller. They're more safe and can be used inside the house, unlike gas generators. Gas generators put off pollutants and carbon monoxide, which can actually hurt you. Quiet operation and minimal cost is also very, very cool with that. Very safe and reliable with the LiFePO 4 cells. It also can be used as a UPS with a 20 milliseconds of delay. It is so silent that you guys can plug it in and put it next to a baby, and it should not wake the baby up whatsoever without a problem. You guys should be able to do a 50 watt laptop approximately 34 times or 34 hours of runtime with this laptop. That's crazy. Like I said, your refrigerator, that's going to be around like a 100 watt refrigerator. You guys be the judge of that one, about 17 hours or so. Your 150 watt water pump, about 11 hours of runtime. Your microwave oven, about a half an hour or hour. 2000 V2 by itself is $791 with that discount code that we got going on today. The BFE 2000 V2. Now we also have the Black Friday deal of the 2000 V2 and dual 200 watt solar panels. This is actually a $1,500 price point. At $1,500, guys, you're getting a heck of a package that's going to do very, very well for you and come with beautiful solar panels. That's an amazing little package right there, and it actually does very, very well for you in times of need. Now, guys, hey, Stephanie, how are you doing? Welcome back to the show, Stephanie. I was actually just about to take a minute break.
Uh, but how are you doing? Has anybody? You know what? Let's sidetrack before I take my break. Anybody picked up anything good so far on all of these sales? Um, because I've seen some amazing sales on here on Jackery, but I've also seen some other places throwing some killer deals out there. Has anybody picked up anything that they've actually been looking for? Or has anybody picked anything up that maybe their kids have been looking for? I've got my eye on a couple things. Not sure I'm allowed to, but I got my eyes out there. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm actually doing pretty good myself. All right, on. I'm glad to see they're still printing. Oh, you got the Max 3. That's actually a cool little printer. Ashley got the 1000 plus the 100 BOGO deal. Now trying to decide between the 2000 V2 or the 2000 plus. So, Ashley, I can actually help you out with deciding that. Are you looking for a standalone system or are you looking for something with expandable batteries? If you want to be expandable, definitely go with the 2000 plus because you can actually add batteries to it. Now, the 2000 V2 is a standalone system and it is a great price point, let's be honest. $791 by itself. That's a really, really amazing deal. Normally like 1500 bucks. It's a great deal. Now, the 2000 plus system, you can add up to 5 batteries though. So with the 5 batteries, you're going to have over 12 kilowatts of hour power. Now, all of those batteries are separate. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've actually seen a few of those out there with a good deal for that. That's actually a good deal, Stephanie. Now, like I said, the choosing it, that's really going to be up to you and your price point of ranging or what you're going to use it for. Um, I like the 2000 V2 because of the size comparison and the quick charging. But let's be honest, if we can get it to move up, the 2000 V2 and the 2000 Plus are sitting right there on the table. The 2000 Plus is a bigger station. It is literally 62 pounds. It does have, of course, large wheels and can be rolled around. It actually has a few extra cable plugs that the 2000 V2 doesn't have. So, like the 2000 V2 has 3 AC outlets. The 2000 Plus has 5 of them. The 2000 Plus has 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max. The 2000 V2 has 2. One's 100 watt, one's a 30 watt. Now you also have 2 USB-A 18 watt ports on the Plus system. You have 1 USB-A port on the V2. So it's a great one. Yes, I did have a Jackery shirt on yesterday. That I've actually ran out of my Jackery shirts. I need laundry done. I've been streaming so much over the past week that the shirts have, been used up. But I did grab 6 or 7 black t-shirts. Technically, I bought a pack of 10. I bought 10 black t-shirts just in case. I knew I was going to be doing a lot of streaming. So, black's better than not having my big graphic t-shirts on now. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys wouldn't mind my big graphic t-shirts. They're pretty eye-grabbing, but we went with just the stale black. All right, guys, with that, I'm going to take a 1-minute break. I'm going to step aside. I'm going to leave you with the video. I do need to take this break. I'll be right back, guys. That's the wrong one.
It's cold in Ohio. All right, I'm back, guys. Like I said, less than 1 minute. Hey, I'm quick. It is. I don't. What is the temperature? That's a good question. What's the temperature here? It's 45 degrees here right now. So I mean, 45 degrees outside. That's not that cold for New England. I can tell you, it's probably about 90 degrees in my apartment. Yesterday, it was over 100 degrees in my apartment, which is just crazy. I was like pouring sweat during the whole show. But yeah, that's actually that's being cold, not a bad thing for me. I don't have a problem with it. I'm in shorts all year round. Now, with it being cold, you guys have those situations where snowstorms may arise. Snowstorms can take out power. Having a Jackery power station can help you with those times of needs. We have a wide variety of those power stations offered to you guys at our hand to show you guys. Bunch of great deals and prices, including that best price guaranteed banner somewhere over there. It's really weird watching that banner because it's over there and I want to point this way. All right, so we have the variants. We just showed you guys the 2000 V2. We talked about the 2000 plus systems. We have their newer system, which I don't know if Ashley saw it, the 5000. We did go into depth with the 5000 a little bit ago, but we can actually, you know what? We can do this. Let's see. Can I get the camera to work properly? All right. That is the 5000 plus system, guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm back. Oh, yeah. Quick break. Yeah, I don't need a long break. It's just a quick one. So the 5000 plus system is another modular idea because this thing is so packed with, so packed with options. It's crazy. Just like the 2000 plus and the 1000 plus system, the 5000 can have extra batteries. I like the idea of having extra batteries. So, I mean, to have an extra power source or more power is kind of cool. The system is literally $34.99 by itself. Now, you guys can use, of course, the $500 clippable coupon. That's going to bring it down to like $2,999. On top of that price point, you guys can also use that 5% clippable or that 5% coupon code that we have to get an extra 5% off of this. Now, the 5000 plus system is a little bit larger of a system, and I'm going to kind of show you guys this by backing this up. Now, I'm going to actually back the camera up even more, so you guys might get a little bit thrown off here. So bear with me as I move it back a little more. So that is, of course, moved, and I'm going to have to readjust the camera for you guys with this being said. Now, I'm going to actually move it down a little more because I kind of want to show you guys something. Whoa, it's not moving right. I want to get up and show you guys this because it is a larger system. Let's be honest. It has a handle. The handle does fold up and can be put away. There are two other handles on this. It's a 132-pound package. So if you need to lift it up, you guys can definitely lift it up without a problem. It's there if you guys can lift it. The handle, though, makes it easier to move around. You don't have to worry about it. It literally will tip and roll for you. Now, when I tip it over, you guys can actually see the large wheels on the bottom. You guys can see the casters and the extra handle down there. With it, it is definitely a larger system. So that larger system is going to take a little more to move around. So that's just where we were kind of getting at. Now, of course, if we move the camera and we zoom on in a little bit better, we can actually save it there. And then we guys can move in a little more so you guys can see the front panel. Now, that front panel actually has two USB-C ports, two USB-A ports, and, of course, 4 AC outlets. Now, the USB-C ports are 100 watts max charging capability. The USB-A ports are, of course, 18 watts max charging capability. The AC outlets are 7,200 watts of connectability. 7,200 watts is going to do very well for everybody. It's so much more power that it means you guys can actually charge an EV car off of this device. Now, the 5,000 plus system is an amazing system that does really, really well for you. If I move this back, we can actually kind of roll this to the side. When we roll it to the side, you're going to see, of course, a couple NEMA plugs. Now, your NEMA plug is going to be the 14-30 and your 14-50. Now, those are actually 120 volt and 240 volt plugs. That means you guys can actually plug in your dryer plug or even your EV car. Now, to be able to plug an EV car and charge that off of this is kind of crazy and unheard of from some of the other power stations. Now, down below it, you're going to see those 4 little dots right down there. Those 4 dots are actually there for a reason, because they are the circuit switch or circuit breakers. So they're like trips. If you guys have too much of a spike push through, it's going to trip the circuit. You guys will press it and it will reset it without a problem. Now, I'm going to attempt to roll this back here because I want it front center. Now, 7,200 watts of sine wave power through a 5,000 plus system is actually great. 5,040 watt hours of power is even better. Now, the 5,000 is actually just a phenomenal product. Now, by itself, like I said, 5,040 watt hours of power. It already allows you guys to reach out to your utility company for that 30% tax credit from the federal government. You'll ask your utility company about the Clean Energy Tax Credit Program, and you'll fill out for it, and then you'll qualify for this. With said device, you guys can charge it in a couple different ways. First and foremost, you guys can charge it in what's called low power voltage mode. That's going to be like your solar arrays, right? So your solar arrays. So like your 500X solar panel. You're going to have 2 of those and a 200 watt panel if you want. It's going to allow 1,200 watts of solar charge. And it'll take about 5 hours to charge this 5,000 plus. Your second way of charging it is the AC outlet wall plug. The AC outlet wall plug will allow you to charge it at about 3.5 hours at 1,800 watts of power. Still a quick charge for something this size. Your third and last way of charging it, well, technically there's 4 ways of charging it, but your third way is going to be like your high power voltaging. First and foremost would be your high power voltage solar array. That's going to be like your larger rooftop arrays, or your ones that sit up on those big poles. This will allow for up to 4,000 watts of input solar array charge for you guys. That's actually really nicely well done to get a nice solar array charge when you need something of that sort. The other way is going to be when you have the manual or smart transfer switch that you have connected up to your electric junction boxes in your house, your circuit breaker boxes. By connecting that up, you guys can actually manually charge it at 4,000 watts through that as well. And it's going to take less than 2 hours to fully charge this with that array. The cool part about the 5,000 is you guys can add batteries. You guys can add a single battery. It'll take the same amount of charge time to charge it. The moment you add a second, third, fourth, and fifth battery, it's going to take a little longer to charge. You do have the options of actually doing that and charging it and running it for you guys. Now, I see my TV shut off. That's funny. I didn't know my TV shut off. It is acceptable up to 30 kilowatts of hour power, so 5 batteries, and they do, of course, have batteries out there. With this system, though, you guys can actually run it with the smart transfer switch and parallel it with the second 5,000 plus system and add 10 batteries total. When you do that and you add those 10 batteries, you're going to have, of course, 60 kilowatts of hour power. The moment you move to 60 kilowatts of hour power, you have 14,400 watts of sine wave connectability through the AC outlets. That amount of power can run your household. It can charge your EV cars. Kind of unheard of from a system. Now, by itself, $34.99, $500 clippable coupon. With a single solar panel, It is $4,299. There's a $600 clippable coupon. The kit, though, if you guys want this station, 2 of those 500X solar panels, and the smart array or smart transfer switch, $5,999 today. No, that's not your final price. There's a $1,000 clippable coupon. That $1,000 clippable coupon just brought it down to $4,999. On top of that, use that 5% Black Friday code that we have. Get another 5% off of this purchase. If you purchase this and you're one of the first 50 people, you will get what's called a carrying bag or a protective cover bag. The protective cover bag is actually a waterproof, dustproof bag that covers the actual device to allow it to run in areas that you normally wouldn't run in. This device can actually run in lower temperatures as well, but should not be put out in minus 40 degree weather, let's be honest. The device here is actually really cool. Now, Justin, are you still in chat? If Justin's in chat, I'm going to grab a video to show you guys. So I want to show you guys a video I actually did at some point, but I'm going to see if he's in chat first. Now, the 500X is an amazing piece. It can run a lot of different things. Pretty much your whole household could be ran off of that. Can you get me the 500X solar panel video that I sent to you? I don't actually have a copy of the 500X. I haven't been able to show that video. But guys, it's a great system. But adding the panels is actually really kind of cool. Yes, that is it. Thank you. I got it. Now, I'm going to show you guys this video if I can get it to play properly. Whoa. Let's see this. So, this is going to be the solar panel that actually comes with this device, right? So, when you watch this kind of video, you guys are going to see that the sun is just starting to peak up. Lay out the solar panel. Now, I told you guys it's a really long solar panel. It is actually 6 different pieces that can be split apart with this panel. It is 6 85-watt panels and does come with that black carrying bag. That black carrying bag is beautifully well done. It does come with, of course, 8 spikes to stick it in the ground. Comes with a 9.5-foot cable. Now, I actually connected this to, I believe this is the 2000 V2. You're going to notice we're only getting 17 watts of power because there is literally no sun hitting this solar panel yet. The trees are blocking everything. The sky is covered. It is literally, I think it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. During the day, I left it out during the day and it started grabbing more power, which is actually kind of cool. You guys can do that as well. And I just wanted to show you guys what it kind of looked like sitting up as an accordion compared to what it's on my actual desk over here. It's a phenomenal piece, guys. That solar panel comes in this kit. You're going to get 2 of those in this kit. That's 1,000 watts of connectability or chargeability between the 2 solar panels in this kit. The 500X is what's called a bifacial solar panel. Bifacial means it's grabbing light from the front and back. The light on the back, of course, is what's reflecting off of the ground. That's going to give you that little extra efficiency in converting light to power because most solar panels grab it from the top side, not the back side as well. By being able to grab it from both sides, you get a 25% efficiency in converting light to power in even low light settings. Now, low light settings is meant by like cloudy areas. It is not meant by, hey, the tree is blocking all of the light like I had in this video. I used what I had and worked with what I did, all right? So that's kind of cool right there. Now, this panel does have to be put together if you want to use it as a full array like this. There are 2 hinges per panel. There are 8 screws per panel as well that have to be put together. Comes with it all. To get a panel like that is actually really phenomenally well done, but you're also getting the 1700 watt transfer switch or smart transfer switch. Now, This is what that transfer switch looks like in this kit. This will allow up to 60 kilowatts of hour power, 1400 or 14,400 watts in that piece. It's going to have, of course, 2 plugs for AC1 and AC2, which is meaning your System 1 and System 2. Inside, it's going to have 12 individual electric circuit breaker sections that you guys can add into this and have wired up by an electrician. Up here, you're going to have a grid switch. That grid switch can be turned off if you want to. When this is wired up and connected, you have what's called Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectability. This is going to give you smart app control. Smart app control means you guys now are tracking the power coming in and out of said device, including the batteries that are connected. That's actually kind of cool with that comes in that kit. So that station you guys are seeing right there in the background, 2 of them beautiful solar panels, and that $1,600 smart transfer switch for a crazy price of $599, but there's a $1,000 clippable coupon, so it's $499. Let's be honest, there's another 5% off code. Use that to get another 5% off of that $499. $4,999 for all of that is actually really cool. But like I said, guys, there are optional batteries. If you need the optional batteries, they're out there. You can add up to 5 batteries per unit. There's also that protective cover that comes as a free gift, up to 50 pieces. Now, that free gift will last till like the 2nd, but once they're gone, the deal goes away as well. So once they're gone, they're gone. So that is, of course, the 5,000 plus system kit. Very, very amazing little pieces, of course. I really like the 5,000. Any questions about that one? All right, we're going to run back through the 1,000 plus because it is a modular system. So let's do the 1,000 plus. Let's have some fun. Before we go to the 1,000 plus, let's do the... Let's show you guys a Christmas video. I call it a Christmas video. So this is like the 2000 V2 being plugged in outside to run Christmas decorations. Now, this is a very current video I just did like a day and a half, 2 days, about 3 days ago, I think it is. I'm actually running 5 inflatable decorations on the outside of the fence, 5 inflatable decorations on the inside of the fence, multiple sets and multiple runs of LED lights and Christmas light bulbs. To run these decorations off a power station is actually really cool. To be able to do it while connected up to a solar panel and not pay an electric bill is an even better idea. Now, let's say you had that 5,000 power station, guys, you could run it a lot more. And no, the dog is not included. I was asked that. The dog is definitely not included for any of you guys. Now, you guys can do it even with the 1,000 plus system, which is a modular system. So you have 1,264 watt hours of power right there. Now, the 1,264 watt hours of power in a beautiful 32-pound package. Now, it is an expandable system, but by itself, it's $645. That's a 24% savings. Because it is modular, you guys can add up to 3 batteries with this system. The 3 batteries is going to give you guys 5 kilowatts of hour power for you guys on hand, which is a good power range. Now, of course, modular systems do well for you guys if you actually have the battery, so why not get the full 1,000 kit? The full 1,000 kit is going to be the system, the battery, and 2 100-watt solar panels. Now, that kit is actually a phenomenal kit at like $13.99 today. You're going to have 2,528 watt hours of power, 3 AC outlets that do 2,000 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 4,000. You're going to have 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts ports, 2 USB-A ports at, of course, 18 watts ports. You're also going to have the flashlight, guys. The flashlight does dual brightnesses and SOS pattern. You're going to get the battery sitting above it and a linking cable. Your linking cable is going to look a little smaller than the one around my neck, but it will look like this for you guys. This is going to link the battery to that system. I have a wheeze. One sec. That was weird. Had a weird wheeze in my coffee. So this is your linking cable. Now, 3 batteries, guys, over 5 kilowatts of hour power means you guys can reach out to your company, utility company again, and do that nice tax bracket credit system. Now, the 2,000 watts of pure sine wave power means you guys can run like those Christmas decorations without a problem. You can run your gaming PC without an issue. You guys can run your fridge without a problem. You guys can run your dishwasher. You guys can run your microwaves. You guys can run your kitchen ovens. You guys can run your sleep number mattress. Let's say you guys got a sleep number. You guys can plug your bed into that, and you guys can adjust it to where you need to sleep throughout the night. This system will allow you to run a CPAP machine for multiple days without a problem. It's a beautiful price point of a system. Now, for that price point, you can't go wrong, guys. $13.99 for a full kit. It's definitely there. Now, if you need the extra batteries, they are $479 today. Buy this kit, buy a third battery or a second battery. You're over $1,500. You guys can use that 5% off discount code. That's a really no-brainer with me. I really think that's a great idea. The 1000 Plus is meant for off-the-grid living, but would also work well in, let's say, your toy haulers, RVs, motorhomes, your race car trailers, even your semis. For those long-range truck drivers, if you need the extra power on, of course, a drive, so you guys don't have to use the power from your truck itself, this system would do well for that. It would actually allow you to run, let's say, your Xboxes, your TVs, your PlayStations, or even your laptops. It's got the power to do that. And then you guys can plug it in once you guys got to a truck stop, recharge it, or you go connect solar panels to the top of your truck. If you own said truck, you guys can permanently mount those solar panels and not worry about it. If you guys just use a company truck, but it's yours to keep, then, maybe do a less harmless mounting of the solar panels. It's a great option. I really like the idea of that, of course, to be able to do something like that and do everything in the sorts. It's a great idea with the 1000 Plus systems. Now, the next system is going to be another modular system. It's going to be, of course, on the opposite side of the table. That is the 2000 Plus system. Now, the 2000 Plus system is a really, really amazing system. It does have 2,042 watt hours of power. It is, of course, a 62-pound package. So that 62 pounds needs, of course, the wheels to roll it around. So you guys got the wheels. You also got the aluminum handle to actually tip it, roll it, and adjust it and move it wherever you need to. Now, with it, of course, you're going to need this to connect up the battery. This is a large linking cable. This cable, of course, is pure copper. So, I mean, if you guys need the copper, there's copper in this cable. But don't go there, guys. Come on. Of course, there's a locking ends. The ends lock in place to connect to the battery and to the station. You're going to go A to B, A to B, A to B. That's the way it's going to work. When you have said station, 2,042 watt hours of power can be fully charged in 2 hours of time on a wall plug. If you have 6 of the 200 watt Solar Saga solar panels, 2 hours is all it's going to take. If you're in the RV driving down the road and you have said cigarette lighter plugged in, 25 hours is where you're going to be. Now, on a full charge, you have 5 AC outlets. Those 5 AC outlets do 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power. That pure sine wave power can peak at 6,000 watts. So at 6,000 watts, that's like a TIG or MIG welder. A TIG or MIG welder will do well for you guys. So if you guys need to weld on the trailhead, take this with to power that instead of a gas generator. It will give you at least a half hour by itself without the battery. So that's actually a decent amount of welding time. It does give you about 10-year lifespan at 4,000 charge cycles at 100% battery capacity. After that 4,000/10 years, you're going to have about 70 to 80% battery capacity. It really will range differently for everybody's usages. Now, there are, of course, 12 protections or more and 12 temperature sensors built into this device. It has an intelligent battery management system. The intelligent BMS is going to do well to keep track of voltage in and voltage out with that. Now, The 2042.8 watt hours of power is a very gigantic capacity. It's going to do, of course, very well through those plugs. Now, having 6 solar panels means you don't have to pay to have it charged in 2 hours of time. What could you run with this, man? You can run pretty much whatever you could think of, from your kitchen stoves to, of course, your table saws. It, of course, can be set next to your child that's sleeping and not have to worry about it because it's 30 decibels of noise. For those of you that may need help with sleeping, connect in a CPAP machine and run it for about 150 hours off this machine by itself. Now, that is something I really need to test, but I need a new hose and new mask for my CPAP machine, but it would be a really amazing test to do. You do have the desktop PC that's going to give you guys about 12 hours of runtime if it's a 200 watt desktop PC. I'm going to tell you, my desktop gaming PC pulls over 1,000 watts of power. Well, at least that's the power supply. RVs, you guys can do other things like, you know, in your RV, if you guys got a little portable freezer, about 26 hours of runtime. Your hair dryer is only going to give you an hour of runtime off of this device by itself. That is a 1,600 watt hair dryer. Hair dryers pull a lot of power. It's a crazy amount of power. For off the grid, guys, 60 to 70 cell phone chargers. I'm going to say 60 max. That's going to be like your 29 watt, 4,000 milliamp iPhones. All right. So that's where you're at with that one. Now, if you want to, the system by itself is really well done at $12.99. It's a great deal. You guys could also get the 2000 plus with solar panels for like $18.99. That's a 42% savings. The kit is where we're going to talk about, because the kit is going to be expandable. And that's going to be the station you see there, the battery sitting above it. That's going to double your battery time. So you're over 4,085 watt hours of power. With that being said, guys, you can actually do like the CPAP machine for like 300 hours. Your desktop PC went from 12 hours to 24 hours. Your refrigerator went from 2 hours to 4 hours, you know, vice versa. Same with the air conditioner. Your microwave's about 3 hours. Your hair dryer. You guys really need to use that hair dryer, don't you? 2 hours of runtime. 28 hours on a projector. 52 hours on the freezer. For the off the grid, 120 cell phone charges, or air mattresses, or blenders, or drones, or, you know, the electric shock things that keep your muscles moving. You know, you could do one of those. That's kind of cool. Another cool idea would be to connect up your massager and run it through, of course, this device to get that massage where you need it. It does provide pure sine wave. Pure sine wave is actually very beautifully well done and meant for like your electronics. That means you guys don't have to worry about it. Fully app controlled, so you guys can actually run every device off of the app control through either the manual transfer switch or just off the device itself. Fast charging, 2 hours between the solar panels, the wall plug, or 25 hours inside of the car. It does have 20 milliseconds of auto switchover for the battery power, which is actually beautifully well done, which is just what you guys need. If you need a full kit like this, it is $25.99 today, 48% savings, but save yourself another 5% off, and you don't have to worry. So that is where we're at with that, guys. We do have, I think, about 15 minutes left. So we have 15 minutes up for Q&A or questions about products that you need to ask. We are definitely here for that. Now, we also have that banner that says best price guaranteed. So if you guys see something between now and the second, reach out to customer service, get the refund of the difference. We also have that 5% off banner, which I'll have either Lois or Justin post with the other codes. 5% off of anything over $1,500 does exclude the 1000 V2, the 2000 V2 packages. We also have the 1000 V2 for $399. Does come with, of course, that free 100 plus power station, which is actually beautifully done. Ashley said she got herself one. Hopefully she'll love it like I do. You're going to get, of course, I think it's the... Let's move that down. That's weird. All right, let's fix these. These banners are messed up. Let's see if I can correct these a little bit. You guys see the mess up I see? Yeah. So you're also going to get the 1000 V2 and 200 watt solar panel for like $699. That's a great deal. The 2000 V2 with the code, guys, is $791. That's another phenomenal deal for you guys today on this show. So if you guys are looking for something, there is something for everybody. Those codes are out there for you guys. These codes will work later tonight as well. We do have another show, I think, in about 5 hours or so. So you guys are going to see me again for another show. These deals are going to last, of course, because it is Black Friday week. You know, why not give you guys the deals all week? Now, these banners may change throughout the week for different deals or different giveaways or different BOGOs. So you will need to pop in from show to show to see what has changed. So with that, guys, anything you guys would like me to show one more time? I can actually, you know what? We are going to show this product one more time. I think, let's do, that's not it. This is it.
Peek out.
So I want to show you guys the solar panel again one more time. Let's do the product page. Let's see if I can enlarge this. Will it allow me to go big screen? No, I won't. This is the 2000 V2 solar panel, or the 500X solar panel connected to 2000 V2. Now, this product right here is actually the very new solar panel that they are offering. This solar panel is 6 85-watt panels connected together. These panels are literally bifacial, which means you guys can get the solar light from both sides of the solar panel. It is going to do 25% efficiency in converting light to power. Now, with the solar panel, it's going to do well for a lot of you guys because, let's be honest, that panel is going to charge at a nice high rate for you. It, of course, is fully waterproof and water resistant with an IP68 rating, which does do very well for all of you. That means you guys can leave it outside for long periods of time without worrying about it. You don't have to worry about this device. It can be left in the rain. It can be left in the elements. It can be left in minus 40-degree weather without a problem. This solar panel by itself is like $999, or you guys can get it with the 5,000 plus system. Now, the 5,000 plus system is an amazing little station that, of course, is right down there, guys. That's a really cool little station. Let's see. Can we get the... I feel like I moved it again and the camera tricked out or something. So 5,000 plus system, guys, is a really amazing system that's going to do well for you guys. So if you guys need that kit or that system, very modular. So bunch great deals, bunch great products, and a bunch of amazing prices. So is there anything that anybody needs me to run back through? What I can also tell you guys is, I do want to be very clear about this. The 100 panel, the 100 watt solar Saga panel is now the new panel. It is a bifacial panel. That panel is included in the 300 watt, the 300 solar panel kit. So if you guys get the 300 power station with 100 watt solar panel, it is the bifacial 100 watt solar panel. If you guys get the 500 watt kit or any kit that states 100 watt solar panel, it is now the 100 watt bifacial solar panel included in those kits. So they did swap those out. That is a new solar panel. So you guys have those options with that. It is now a newer panel that is going to do better efficiency for you guys. So amazing deals, amazing prices. With that, I'm going to see, hold on. So with that, guys, bunch of great deals, bunch of great prices, and of course discounts for you guys. It's going to do very well with that. It's going to range from everything with it on hand. I love these stations. Hopefully you guys will love them. Hopefully you guys are getting great deals. I mean, Black Friday week is going to do well. With that being said, guys, we're going to end this approximately like 7 or 8 minutes early. I'm actually starting getting a little lightheaded. I haven't eaten all morning, so I want to go eat some lunch to get my energy back up for tonight's show. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Lois for, of course, always helping out through all of these shows. Justin, thank you for helping posting these comments. With that, guys, we're going to leave you with the outro video of the 5,000 plus, and then we'll see you guys tonight on tonight's show. If you have not, hit that follow button and hit that live notification button so you guys know when we go live. So thank you guys. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys later tonight.